So,
G'day League fans, it's game day! Here we are at Franklin Offshore Stadium for a classic encounter between the Rockingham Sharks and the North Beach Seagulls. Well, the Sharks, they're trying to play the thorn in the side, aren't they?
yes. We spoke about this yesterday. The Sharks, you said, they've got nothing to lose. But this is probably a more important clash for the Seagulls, who are currently sitting top, defending Premier, but they've got the Lions chasing their tail. The Lions had a bit of a blip in the season where they were going undefeated. They lost 2 in a row. They're back after a good performance last week. But probably an opportunity for the Seagulls to really stamp their authority in that top spot. Maybe put a bit of a gap in, but you don't know what's going to happen. It could be...
Exactly right. I mean, the Rockingham Sharks, they're not coming to just give them the saloon passage. No. They're defending their home turf. We saw last week they were quite willing to throw the ball around. They've got points in them. They're going to be hard to stop. They're going to score some points today, and it's a matter of whether the North Beach Seagulls can score more than them. They're the best defensive team in the comp, the Seagulls, but that will be tested against a Sharks team that's not going to play from your traditional playbook.
Well, it's disappointing that they don't seem to have a huge crowd in tonight. That's the wrong fixtures. That's the men's results. That's completely wrong. I'm not sure what's going on there. They don't seem to have a huge crowd in this afternoon. Let's go to the team of the week. Let's have a look at the team of the week. They don't have a huge crowd in. It is pretty damn cold down there. It is windy. They haven't had a great season, so they're really developing, a process down there. Disappointed. That's the team of the week. Don from last week. There's a few Sharkies in that list. So,
I mean, 42-36 or something. I think David Quinlan scored 3 or 4 tries, so had to be in the team of the week. Chris Siddons, I think, he's fast becoming one of my favourite players down Rockingham way. He's a big man, but just got so many different skills. He can beat you in so many different ways. He's a bit of a ball player. He can play before or after the line, and he can run through you because he's a goddamn front rower.
So you mentioned the team list off air as well. Not sure if North Beach have made some changes, potentially maybe rested a few that have got some niggles, or if they've just got some numbers issue this week, but probably not the strongest side that they've named for a while. No,
well, I mean, anytime you look at the North Beach team list and you see the first name you see isn't Bailey Miller, you think, oh, you're a little disappointed.
Yeah.
It sucks the air out a little bit because he's a very exciting player to watch. Take nothing away from Terahare Aguirre, who will be in that fullback position. And then Riley Hextall also in the halves. He started the season in the halves, but he has played a lot of the year down in lower grades. So, interesting to see him in the top grade again. I suppose a couple of positions in the spine that... maybe not quite the strongest that it has been all season. Jalen Gray has been here for North Beach as well for the last few weeks as well. He's not named in this team, although you look at the centres of Carney Solomon and Royden Gillett, and that's pretty handy.
As they make their way out, we are running behind. We're about 2-3 minutes behind. 3, obviously 2 other games are going on, and you mentioned, I didn't realise this, you mentioned before we went on air, those 2 games are actually kicking off late.
Yes,
so the other 2 games are
starting at 4:30. Fremantle against South Perth, which I know a lot of people will be interested to see what happens with that one. We'll have to bring you score updates of that when we do cross over to the Northern Territory, because the DABSCO Premiership game that we'll bring you after this one.
Now there's the Sharkies as well. Northern Sharks taking on the Bears. That should be a good game.
Well, Northern Sharks with a little bit more to play for, I think, than the Rockingham variety.
I would think so.
Well, I mean, they have to find a way to beat one of those top 3 teams for them to play finals. So they're still in the hunt, but it's quite difficult for them to make finals as well. It's impossible for Rockingham, but they can, as we said, they can really play the thorn in the side of the top of the table, North Beach Sea Eagles. The siren sounds and we get underway. It's the Sharks kicking off down to Hextall, the man we mentioned in pre-game. It's Cade Breen to bring it back for the Sea Eagles. He has the first carry. Now North Beach through Epirama. Put down by Siddons. Wallace goes a couple wide. The leg lifted up there of Gillum. Now Fry. Well, Siddons up quickly. Well, he sprinted up off the line, seeing Tommy Fry coming. That kick. Well, there's cries straight away that it's going out on the full off the boot of Jeremy Wallace, and it does exactly that. Not the end of the set the Sea Eagles wanted.
Well, an opportunity now to show for the Sharkies to show what they've got.
Well, that was a good defensive set.
It was
they
a great
were up
set,
quickly.
yeah.
They were looking to be aggressive, and
Again,
they're looking to catch the Sea Eagles a little unaware.
It's actually a beautiful, perfect day for footy. Aside from it being in Rocco.
They'll love that comment. Tirona. Play it back to Whitty. Low down pass. Goes out to Scott. He goes a little wider. Picks up Hoff. Rangy centre 3/4. Whitty gets out of dummy half. He spots a chance down the blind side. And goes within a metre. They go again from dummy half with Hoff. He spins out of it and slams it down. Well, Rockingham, they have come to play today.
Well, perfect start. We're 90 seconds in. Started with a fantastic defensive set. And then they needed a few. Great power there, great turn. Just used the body well. Made sure he had that ball in his right arm so he could attack the line on his right and then spin across, plant it down. A perfect start.
Well, I think there might have been some lazy defenders, I think, on that left-hand side from North Beach. I think they expected them to go open side, and Whitty ran out of dummy half and caught them on their heels a little bit.
Smart footy, isn't it?
And then the next play, they go from dummy half again, and George Hoff too big, too strong. Again, on their heels, expecting for him to pass to the open side. So you've got to... The most dangerous person on the field is the guy with the football in his hands.
Yeah. Well, we did say at the start of the game, this is all... You know, the Sharks got nothing to lose here. This is the game for the Sea Eagles. You know, they want to put in a reasonable league of performance with the Lions on their heels, if that one is waved away.
3 minutes gone on the Cash Converter scoreboard, 4 points to 0.
Here again, that great turn.
Get to his kick here.
They won't be too happy with their start there, the Sea Eagles, and they'll have to reset the platform and the tone with their defence in this set. Kick off, it's knocked backwards by Sean Scott. He wasn't in any sort of position to catch it. He just tried to control it down off the arm and backwards into the path of the winger. It was unusual, but we did say they're not going to be going from any sort of rugby league playbook today.
No, well, we hope they won't. We hope they just throw it around. Hope they have a bit of fun.
Now with Corona. Goes it back. Whitty again out of dummy half. He's looked dangerous and again looks to split them up the middle. Siddons was trailing. Gets himself out of play though as the bomb comes from Scott. Come forward and they take that. North Beach around centre field. Pretty good field position to start with here, North Beach. But see Rockingham really intent to get off their line and shut down any time and space that North Beach might have. So
line speed's good.
Well, again, they're still just short of halfway after starting on the 40-metre line. Little leg pull late in the set was an interesting move there from Rockingham. They don't give away the penalty.
Good
Tamanui.
return.
A good kick return to Troy Tamanui at fullback. Certainly seen a lot of new names this season come through the Rockingham Sharks. That's another one in the 1 jersey. First real involvement is a good one. Siddons look to the outside and takes them on. Woody in a dummy half. Goes to Scott. Hits Benny Bolth. Bolth dumps one out the back and dived upon. I don't know that he offloaded to a player in a better position than himself on that occasion. Comes now to Quinlan.
Oh, there's pressure on the kick.
Kick goes off, spraying off the side, knocked on. 2 Sharks players get in each other's way. Not the best of ends to that set. I tell you, for the casual observer, Dave, if you were to say
you would know
one of these teams is first and one of these teams is last, I think you'd be picking the wrong team at the moment.
Well, they've come to play. That was a great set. The pressure on the kick affected that, but it was they came from right on their try line. Really quick. They want to get off the mark, off the line, whether they got the ball in hand or whether they're defending, and they're giving nothing to North Beach at the moment.
Buckley get to an awkward sort of kick there, but it's not a badly placed one. Down into Bachelor's corner. Now the Sharks bring it out of their end with Kiowa Scott. Now Sean Scott goes wide. They look to get to the outside with Lawton, but Bradley stays with him. Makes the tackle. Oh, and a good shot in around the ball from Gulliver Brown forces the error. North Beach come up with it. They'll now go on the attack. Well, their first real attacking opportunity. Fry. He takes the first tackle. Buckley comes to Gulliver Brown. Heck still leaves it behind, but it goes backwards. Ahuriri picks it up, slides underneath the tackle, spins away from another, gets it to the outside with Adlam. Adlam shut down by Bolth, who wanted to have another go at tackling him a second time. Gillett. He's chopped down. Gillett. Wallace steps out of the tackle. The ball hits the deck. Picked up by Ahuriri. He's put down by Quinlan. Tackle had to be made. Buckley again to dummy half. Fry. Put down on 5. Breen is trailing through. Breen gets taken out. A kick over the dead ball line, and it'll be a goal line dropout, but I think Cade Breen complaining they're at being denied an opportunity to chase through.
It actually wasn't a bad defensive set from the Sharks. I mean, the set before that ball in hand, they didn't get a lot of territory, and they mucked it up. They dropped the ball on the 4th. I think they did well to keep the Sea Eagles out.
Well, they've got another chance here, North Beach, after the goal line dropout. They take that up to the 10-metre line. Played back to Buckley. The pass out behind Jeremy Wallace. Wallace goes out to Ahuriri. He does a little bit of dancing, steps to the outside of Quinlan before running into the Sharks centre. A couple of passes wide, that's knocked down by Bolt. And they'll have another set coming here, the Sea Eagles. So far, they haven't really threatened the line.
We're only 10 minutes in. It feels like they're trying to force something at the moment. So defensively, the Sharks have done well keeping them out, but there's not a lot of creativity at the moment from the defending premiers.
Now with Wallace. Wallace underneath to Solomon. Solomon gets the leg lifted, and he's put down. Fry to the left. That's where they go. Fry with footwork. Stands up Tamanui, and the ball comes free, and the Sharks come up with it with Ramaka. Rockingham, well, they've scored the first try. They've looked good defending with line speed, and now defending their own line. They look good doing that too. Are we sure this is the Rockingham Sharks that haven't won a game since round one?
Well, they're doing well at this stage. So they've just got to maintain it for the next 70 minutes, Donny.
Exactly, plenty of footy to go. Siddons plays the ball. Again, getting out of dummy half. He's been important. Whitty goes to Quinlan. Quinlan gets out to Antonelli. Now it hits the hands of Lawton. Lawton! He almost goes through. Wallace just gets around the bootlaces to make the tackle. He wanted a penalty, Lawton. Doesn't get it. It comes back to Quinlan for the bomb. It's a midfield bomb. It's a contest. I think that might be knocked on by North Beach.
Right.
It's not called by the referee. They said still last tackle. It comes through for Ahuriri. Whitty picks him up. So ruled to be knocked backwards by the Sharks. No restart of the tackle count. And North Beach again survived. Now the Sea Eagles shifting a couple wide. Hextall jumps into dummy half. Picks up Gillett. Haven't seen a lot of Royden Gillett this year, but all the reports I get is he's in Ken Allen type form.
That's a big call.
So looking forward to seeing how he goes today. Tamanui brings it back for the Sharks. Iowa Scott from dummy half. Doesn't go himself, just hands it off to Josh Batchelor. Try and set a bit of a platform. As the try scorer, George Hoff, gets up towards the halfway line. Plays it back to Whitty. To Scott. Just a quick little tip on Ramaka. Here's Antonelli in the 12. Now Quinlan. Quinlan through to Tamanui, puts a kick in behind. He chases it through. Tamanui takes on Ahuriri. And Ahuriri comes up with a try-saving tackle. But that was great play from Detroit Tamanui.
I'm surprised he went to the left. He had a runner on the left. Should have ducked to the right, opened that up, given himself an option to offload. No penalties is the call. They're barely in the set for that.
Yeah, they want to keep the Sea Eagles down this end of the field. As that's a nice run. It's Riley Hextall. Hextall into the backfield.
Oh!
Takes on the fullback who collars him. Now with Breen. Breen dummies to the outside. Tries to get the arms free for an offload. Wants a quick play of the ball. Buckley. He goes to Gulliver Brown. He takes it right to the line. He's picked up and driven backwards by Jared Whitty. Now Buckley to Wallace. Wallace fires a long pass, goes out to Bradley. Bradley didn't have enough space, goes back in field. That one hits the deck. Buckley picks it up. He's pursued. Managed to manufacture a kick onto the boot. Wants us to hold up in the goal area. And it just takes the extra roll.
He had the runner on his left. He was having a bit of two-way bet there, hoping it kept rolling. Again, defensively, on the last line, the Sharks are doing okay.
Jeremy Wallace off his line quickly there to shut down Kyle Scott. Now Antonelli put down onto his back as North Beach trying to control the ruck in this set. Sittons gets put onto his back as well, so doing well in slowing down everything in this set as Scott goes to the line, engages the line before handing it out to Tamanui. Bolt goes to Scott. Scott with a pass right around the knees there at Torona. Kick from Whitty out of dummy half. Then into space, it's left behind by Hextall. Well, he almost gave up a gift 4 points there to Jared Whitty.
Made it look more difficult than it actually was. But still, they've managed to keep him in their own end, so it's a goal line dropout. Again, what do we got hit on? First place 6th, apparently. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Well, and he's lost his footing. I don't know whether Jared Whitty could believe it, but Rockingham another chance to attack the Sea Eagles line as Antonelli carries it back, picked up and driven into the turf by Billy England.
Love it.
Now Torona. Slow play the ball. Sittons looking to set a platform for them to build from. Whitty at dummy half. Come to the open side with Quinlan. Quinlan goes out the back to Tamanui. Tamanui tangles with Solomon. Pulls away from him eventually but loses his footing. And Wallace finishes off the tackle. Quinlan now for Siddons. Put down on 5. Quinlan wants it on the left. He gets it. He's going to go put it through the hands on the last. And they run into touch. Well, it was not really on, was it?
No, they were too cramped on that close edge. I should have come back inside or even dished to his left or his right, but didn't have a lot of space on that edge. But still, the ball's down this end again.
Well, that time, credit goes to the Sea Eagles defence. They never really looked like being breached during that repeat set earned by the Sharks. I don't know whether they came here expecting this to be easy, North Beach, but they're finding themselves in a bit of a contest. Eparima's put down. Hextall gets hit from marker by Bolt. Bolt wasn't square. And that's a fortunate penalty for North Beach. They'll be happy to get that one because an error there would have put them under even more pressure. But now instead, they might be able to put some pressure on the Sharks at the back end of this set as Gillett takes that into Bolt. And Siddons goes out the back of Breen to Hextall. Goes wide into England. England's got an offload in his game, so they have to wrap the ball up. Loses the headgear. Come to the middle now with Hughes, who's out on the field as well. His first minutes. Sinclair at dummy half. Gulliver Brown
Oh, what a ball.
Kate
What a great
Green
ball.
goes straight through, tries to run over the top of Tamanui, who does a great job to stop him. Hextall to Gulliver Brown. He's backing towards the line, offload to Hextall. Hextall goes wide, catch pass from Gillett, and they're in the corner. DJ Adlam scores the first for North Beach, and they lock this one up. 4-all, kick to come. 20 minutes gone.
Good, that was that opening run, wasn't it? Opened them up. He almost got through. I thought they mucked around with it a bit here, but the overlap, tried to crash through, draws the defence in, creates that gap on the left edge, and a good catch and pass. Yeah, I don't think there's much wind today, Don, so we'll have to see how the kick goes. Oh no, I could hear the wind there. It's always windy in Rockingham. What am I talking about?
It was a good interchange of passing in around the middle of the ruck that opened it up.
I think that was probably their best relay in hands for the game so far. The first real opportunity, they actually pressed on the line. They looked like they were going to score.
Kate Breen, the big front rower, found himself in acres of space, and I don't know if that was an attempted sidestep on the fullback. He just kind of went in and away, and
it was a good pass to put him into that space, though. So kicking looks like it's going to be important today. That one's been waved away.
Have another look at this. The offload here from Gulliver Brown to Hextall. Hextall sums up the situation.
Yeah.
And the 2-on-1 training drill for Royden Gillett. DJ Adlam in the corner. We're at 4-all. Cash converted scoreboard. The fuel to go and play Premiership. Round 13. A solid start. That kickoff, again, that breeze seeming to hold that one up. They had to come forward to take it.
So there is a bit of a breeze.
Yeah, Hextall. Well, it would appear to be at the, if anything, at the back of the Sea Eagles. Although it does tend to go across the ground at Franklin Offshore Stadium. Now with Hughes in the middle of the park. Play the ball back to Sinclair. Gulliver Brown. To Hoff, who makes the tackle. Come back for the kick from Wallace. Under a little bit of pressure, but gets a good strike of the ball. Tamanui takes it on the fingertips, keeps the feet moving. That's the key. If you plant your feet at any moment against those sorts of kicks, you've no chance of taking it. Scott gets carried back. Kate Breen has a couple of attempts at the tackle as well, gets away with it. That ball's come out. They go back to clean it up. Batchelor, but has knocked it on. Referee's listening to his touch judge to see if he's getting any call other than the knock on. He's not. It's going to be North Beach ball. And a chance for them to score two quick back-to-back tries. We have a look at the replay, see if it does get any assistance. There's a little... there's a little touch, but I mean, you've got to hold on to the ball.
You've got to hold it, yeah.
There's no real intent to strip. He's touched the footy and he's dropped it. North Beach go now through the middle with England, who just finds his front and wants a quick play the ball. Gets one. Sinclair goes to Gulliver Brown. He again looked for that little short ball to Breen, but this time they read it. They shut all avenues down. Gulliver Brown wisely takes the tackle. Hextall out the back to Ahuriri. Stands up in the tackle of Whitty. Bolt finishes it off over the top. Breen. I think there's going to be any fancy stuff from him. He just takes it forward. Setting up the next play. It comes to Wallace. Wallace is going to bomb across field. There'll be a contest here with Bradley. Gets up.
Well
I think
done.
he might have got a
He's-
fingertip on
yes,
it.
he has to.
Went forward first. They're saying out to the 20. Bradley's thrown the ball away, which has come with some complaints from Rockingham. But he's a tall target out there on that side, and there's a real mismatch between Bradley and Kiowa Scott.
That's
I
what
would be
it's a
surprised to see
great
them go
kick.
there again.
There's a really good kick.
So this is Kiowa Scott with the ball. He's about 4'7", I think, and Riley Bradley out on that side is probably about 6'7", so a bit of a difference. Hoff out onto the field, Lewis Hoff. George off the first try.
Oh, look at this.
Whitty
Look at this.
goes straight through. He's got Siddons looming up. He dummies and goes himself. Jared Whitty, you deserve that, young man. That is brilliant. He goes 60 or 70 metres himself to score a great individual try.
Have a look at this. Get a load of this. Just saw the gap and then he went. And he had options aplenty, and I think he's getting the call there from his 10. Go, son! Just go! Just go! Dummy to his left. Couldn't grab the ankles. Under the post. They'll convert this, Don, and they'll be up by 6. 26 minutes in. First playing 6th.
Well, this is precisely what we expected.
This is exactly what we weren't dreading this call at all. We didn't think it was going to be a blowout. We thought this was going to happen. We just wanted to have some fun. We wanted to play the ball, throw it around, get up in their faces, run hard.
They certainly are having some fun, and I tell you, Jared Whitty's been the most impressive player on the field for me. He has looked very sharp in around the ruck. He's causing problems for North Beach every time he runs. He's picking the right options time and time again. He was instrumental in the play before the try for their first try, and he does that one all himself. Not with a run from dummy half, but he looks like he's moved into a running forward role and just goes straight through. They just hung off him. I don't know how it opened up so easily for him. And, a great individual try to make this one 10 points to 4 on the Cash Converter scoreboard.
Well, this is a game. This is a great game. We could have the game of the round, Donny.
Let's go, Lewis.
Well, yeah. Some weeks you look at the scores at the end of the round and you go, there wasn't a game of the round, and other weeks you look at the scores and go, they were all game of the round. So who knows? It's always hard to pick first versus last, and it could be the best game of the lot. Well, they look lost there. That looks like the Sharks that are running 6th. Some sloppy play on the set after points. They need to... That's a good man to give the ball to in Benny Bolt. And Siddons just to pilot it up the middle.
Hospital.
On consecutive plays, although Siddons lets me down and does a bit of ball playing before the line. Puts Hoff under all sorts of pressure on his outside shoulder. There's a stronger, harder ruck. Ramakarren kicking it. The kick that's allowed to bounce and sits up for Whitty.
No way!
Whitty and Hextall
Go,
tangled.
Oh, it's come out.
Well, it's put down there at the end by Whitty, but again involved in something good that happened for the Sharks. So the 0 tackle. As the ball comes through, it's flung out there, and you'd have to agree with the referee's call that he got some help.
No penalties is a call again. And yeah. Well, I don't know. Well, the action of the arm definitely. Yeah. It is. Referee's in a real good spot for that one. Oh, man. 10 minutes. 10 minutes to go in this half. Probably the best 30 minutes the Sharks have played since round 1.
I don't know whether Lewis Hoff is overly familiar with subtlety. So Dave, the arm action there gave him away. North Beach trying to get themselves back into a good position as Epirima gets out of a couple. Doesn't get too many more metres, but he does get beyond the halfway line. Pass from dummy half to Gulliver Brown. Tried to find a little bit of spacing beyond the ruck, but is put down by Christie. Now Gillum. He runs into Hoff. Two big objects come clashing together. Comes back to Hextall. Hextall's going to bomb to a corner. Gillett chasing through. He's not going to get there to contest, but he will get there to make the tackle as soon as it is taken by Batchelor. Now Hoff. He runs at Hextall. Puts the body in front. Now Scott. Scott put down, plays it back to Christie. They look to go a bit of a shift as North Beach turning up the heat with their defence in this set. The ball comes free, and again, the whistle comes for a strip. Well, if this is a strip, it's very, very silly from North Beach because they were well on top of them. There was no need to strip that ball at all. North Beach with their backs turned, they take the quick tap with Lawton. And enough players wake up to make sure he doesn't pick up too many metres. The run out of dummy half. More good territory for the Sharks as Siddons gets it that on the outside to Whitty. The ball comes free. It's ripped out by Royden Gillett. He thinks about putting it away as he hears the whistle from the referee behind him. Another strip. Ruled to be 2 in the tackle, so a few in a row. Sean Scott, kick into touch. Put the Sharks right on the attack. They lead this 10 points to 4 on the Cash Converters scoreboard. Tap taken and given to Ben Bolt, who's wound rider. Gulliver Brown stops him eventually. Siddons to Hoff. Hoff stands in the tackle, loses the headgear. Play it back to Christie. Christie takes a step, gives it to Siddons. Siddons spins to the line, spins over the line and slams it down. Well, the Rockingham Sharks, they are rocking, rolling, and the Sea Eagles are reeling.
I don't know what to say. What is going on? What is going on? What is going on?
A great try from Siddons. And the Sharks, they're just doing everything right. They look like a rugby league team in this Western Australian competition. They perhaps shouldn't be sitting where they are on the ladder. Maybe frustrating for their coaching staff to see them playing this well. I know.
What? Well, yeah. Are they playing above themselves, or is North Beach come today and left a bit behind?
I think
a combination of both.
It's a combination of both. North Beach certainly look a bit flat. We mentioned at the top of the broadcast that it's not their strongest team either. So whether they've gone in with an attitude that if they show up they're gonna win pretty comfortably, I'm not sure, but I wouldn't imagine a Phil Duché coach team is going to do that. He's a very professional coach, and I wouldn't imagine that they've come in with the wrong attitude. But they're certainly, they know they're in a game. 16 points to 4. They're trailing the Rockingham Sharks, who are playing some bloody good footy. 34 minutes gone. the Seagulls, they might be praying for half-time. They might be needing a bit of a break to get themselves back into this contest and get some wise words from their coaching staff. Lewis Hoff takes it back. Shane Gillam was coming up looking for the shot, just doesn't quite land on the target. Now Siddons takes it forward. The call from the defence is they're just going one out. They do through Runner-Up. Now turned underneath to Antonelli. Play it back to Whitty eventually. Comes to a couple. Just finding his front there, Kieran Lawton. Quick play the ball. Antonelli again, Whitty again out of dummy half. Was under pressure as he put the kick in, but found a bit of space. And Ahuriri, good kick return. Gets up beyond the 30-metre line on the first tackle. Now with the Seagulls try scorer, DJ Adlam comes in for a carry. Pass from Sinclair. They go wide early in the set. Out to Gillett. Gillett, good first contact from Scott. Gillett rides through it. Finds the grass on the halfway line. They work down the short side with Epirima. He's chopped down by Bolth. Hoff over the top. The pass to Hextall, not the best. With Gillam. Gillam, he steps out of a couple of would-be defenders. Wow. They work the short side with Hextall, who goes to the sky. Batchelor tracks it back, takes the catch, gets the ball onto Tamanui. Tamanui going across, gets away from England. Tamanui's trying to get away from Hodge, but can't. Hughes, sorry. Hughes makes the tackle, had to make it, otherwise Detroit Tamanui was away. Tamanui again, his second run in this set. Runs into Billy England though, stopped a little bit quicker. Siddons in behind the ruck. Oh, he tried to force a pass out there. Hits the deck.
He's on last, I think. It's always not really advisable when you're falling to the ground with three players hanging off you to try and offload while the ball is tucked under your wing. Probably not the best option. But they're still wanting to move the ball quickly. They're still wanting to play an expansive game, and we're only 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the before the break. What's the referee going to say here?
Happy with the scrum. Watch this one, it'll be much better.
They just need 2 minutes of strong defensive footy. Go into the sheds with their heads up, full of spring in their step, and put the questions all on North Beach for the second. Oh, yeah!
Got level there and
some of that.
I don't know that there was anything untoward with the tackle, but Wallace has stayed down. The referee is happy with it, but their halfback is down for the count, and he'll do well to get back up. He's slowly getting back into the line. He got level. So
there was nothing wrong with it. It was a good hit. Read it like a book.
Hextall goes across, coming forward, taking it nicely is Lawton.
Another good defensive set.
Well, they're going to leave, if nothing else, they're going to leave some bruises on the Sea Eagles. They're going to know they had a trip to Rockingham. Suddenly, Rockingham look like they're looking for half-time as well. It's a slowish set. Both teams are feeling the pace of this game. England was nowhere near square at marker. He gets away with it though. With Siddons held in the tackle, and they hold him up long enough and then put him to ground. They come back to Scott, with the bomb from halfway. No one looks like they want to catch it. It's allowed to bounce. It's the Sharks that get to it. The pass comes out to Lawton.
Oh, no way.
Lawton's got some room out.
No way! Go, son! Yes!
Dives into the corner. Well, let the ball bounce and you invite disappointment into your life.
How many times have we spoken about this the last 2 weeks, Donny? You say all the time the beauty of the rugby league ball, and you don't know what's going to happen when it bounces. It could go left, could go right, could go forward, could go back. But if you're not there to take advantage, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They were there. And now they've put an extra 4 on the buzzer, and they're going to go in with a possibly 18-point advantage.
Well, I think that sums up this half of rugby league. It was a bomb that went up. There were three. The back three for North Beach all sort of looked at it. And there was no urgency.
No.
None. Not one iota of urgency from anyone in a North Beach Sea Eagles jersey. They allowed it to bounce. The Sharks wanted it. There was 13
three.
players.
Yeah, there were
13 Sharks.
He had options to his left
it.
and his right, behind. He had options everywhere. And because they'd run forward, the ball bounced, came back. They had those numbers there. Like, you've got to, yeah. Wow.
Well, you were talking about how, the Sharks, they've just got to defend until half time. They've just got to hold on.
Made me look stupid.
It looked like
feel free to continue to make me look stupid. That's great.
The conversion attempt, I don't think it's gone over.
All right. That's all right. Still going in, having, with a 16-point advantage.
20 points to 4 at the break. And
that's a fantastic score.
It is a scoreline that is a reflection of the game we've seen.
Well, we've got we're a bit tight with our schedules today. We've got lots going on, and I don't think the guys got birthday upstairs. They are upstairs, but they're also up north. Gives a thumbs up if you could hear us up there at TRL Stadium. We've got Cam and Axe ready to cross. Boys, this is a big clash up in the NT for the DABSCO Premiership, mate. What are you expecting to happen in 10 minutes' time?
Yeah, good afternoon, Dave and John. It is a big clash. We are round 12 in the NRL NT DABSCO Premiership, and of course this afternoon it is the clash between the first place Litchfield Bears up against the 5th place Northern Sharks. Now, normally at this stage of the season, round 12 of a 15-round season, you probably wouldn't have much of a billing this game, but the Shark season is still alive following their victory last week over the Nightcliff Dragons. The Dragons snatched a 32 points to 18 victory over the Dragons last week. That has kept their season alive, and now sit only 2 points out of the top 4. So it is a huge game here for the Northern Sharks. The Litchfield Bears at this stage, they are odds-on favourites to be our minor premiers. And like you said, we're only a few minutes away from kick-off here, and can you believe it? We've only been given access to the Northern Sharks team sheet about 5 minutes ago. Axe, you were down on the sidelines. Did you find anything out about the Sharks lineup today?
Yeah, look, Cam, I did find the injury list and the holiday list is starting to stack up for the Sharkies. Maybe it's a bit of a plan to not release the team sheet too early, because they know that the Litchfield Bears would have been on there. A few of the other key stakeholders would have been on there looking at the team sheets, but I did speak to the team manager, Cam, and I really think that it might be a little bit of a sneaky
showmanship
swim under the reef to release the team sheet moments before the game. But yeah, good evening to you as well, Dave McRae, Donny Bell. But Cam, I would have to agree with what you've covered off there. You've done a fantastic job. Certainly I know my way up and down that sideline and around the canteen behind the scenes. But Cam, you are one man that I love coming to see for stats when it comes to this game. But certainly looking forward to tonight's clash, and the team sheets are starting to fill up now, and I really think that we are starting to see early final performances here.
Well, Ax, let me give you a few more stats. In the grand final 21, 22, 23 and 24, the Northern Sharks featured in all those grand finals, so it would be a big disappointment for the club if they were to miss out on the final series this year, and that's what makes this game so important. But from the team sheet that we've been able to see for the Northern Sharks, yet again, they do have some significant changes. Last week out in the centres, Samaika Sala was one of their strongest performers, and in the back row, Tabin was my 3-2-1, my 3-point scorer. Both of those names at this stage are omitted from the list, so you come up against the Litchfield Bears, who are just so consistent. The Bears have a very stable lineup, 1 through to 13, week in, week out, and such a stable club. And if we talk team sheets, their team sheet was up hours ago. So a very good preparation for the Litchfield Bears. Their spine is really set. I like their fullback, Harry Heath. He's actually, we interviewed him earlier in the season, and he actually qualifies for the under-18s. So he's playing up. And for a young fullback, he's just so courageous. You know, one of the bravest positions on the field is fullback, particularly under the high ball, where you've got to take that ball and you know those forwards are coming through, or the kick chase is coming through, and you're about to get belted. Well, Harry Heath, he's courageous, and he's only a young fullback. In their halves, experience, Matthew Wilmington and Trent Wedding and Jake Flanagan at hooker. I think they've got a really strong spine, the Litchfield Bears, and that probably will lay the foundations along with their forward pack to go into this game as favourites.
Have we got any indication if Wedding will take the field tonight? Is he on the team sheet?
He's listed, jersey number 7.
He's back. Trent Wedding's back, so that'll be good to see. And it's interesting, Cam, a few people have suggested to me going late into the season that I would make a good fullback. I'm not sure where they're getting that idea from, but you wouldn't find me doing it.
Yeah, so Dave and Don, it really is a big match here tonight, more so for the Northern Sharks to keep their season 2025 alive. It's just been full-time here in the previous game, Sharks v Bears, and it was the Sharks 44, the Bears 0. And next week in the True Flow Services Premiership, can I give you the tip? The game of the round will be in the True Flow Services Premiership, the Northern Sharks up against Darwin Brothers. The last time those two teams met, the Sharks went down by 2 points. Brothers are undefeated, but I heard your call last week. The form of Jamie Park at the moment, she's got the firepower, and the Sharks are going that good that next week's game, it's going to be an absolute cracker.
You're talking about the True Flow Services Premiership. Do you have updates from today's games in that competition?
Yeah, like I said, full-time here, the Northern Sharks 44 defeated the Litchfield Bears 0. Brothers got a 20-0 forfeit win over the South Darwin Rabbitohs. And let me just check the live app for any scores that we can get through at the moment. The last time I checked, it was the Raiders up 16-4. Sorry, it's now 16-8. The Palmerston Raiders leading the Nightcliff Dragons 16-8 in the True Flow Premiership. Look, the game must be very close to full-time because tonight we do have Raiders Park out there at Palmerston online as well. So a 6 p.m. game tonight, NT time out at Raiders Park for the Palmerston Raiders up against the Nightcliff Dragons. That is a 3v4. Of course, we've got a 6 p.m. kickoff here between the Northern Sharks and the Litchfield Bears. That's the live stream game that we're talking about. And then later on Field 1 here at TRL Stadium, it's Darwin Brothers up against the South Darwin Rabbitohs. So that's 2v6. And so tonight's game is the early game as the main game.
Well, boys, I think we're about to run out for our second half here. You guys have got about 10 minutes to go before you kick off there. We'll link in the next 30 minutes or so just to get updates from yourselves. We'll probably take some vision as well, but this should be a cracker up your end, and we're looking forward to it, looking forward to your call. We'll tune in very shortly and have a good one.
Thanks, Dave and Don, and we'll go chase the last players on that Sharks team list, and if they're short, maybe actually do get a chance to run out there tonight.
Might be the big axe from the sideline to debut in the full-back. Chances are slim from my point of view tonight.
Thanks, Dave and Don. Back to you.
Thanks, fellas. Well, as the Sharkies down here in WA run out again to continue on what was a fantastic first 40. If you've just joined us, it is First V6. The defending premiers versus a team that has there's only one game. That was round 1 this year. We've seen them a few times this year. They've been, I'm going to use the word indifferent, Donnie Bell. They've been indifferent. But that was the best 40 minutes of footy I've seen this club play all year. They looked the better side. You mentioned as they scored that last try in the last 10 seconds, they're the 13 players out there that actually look like they're going about it with some urgency and with some effort. If I was the North Beach coaching team, I'll tell you what, I would have put a rocket up at them at half time. They've come here, they haven't switched on. The Sharkies are taking it to them, and we did have a discussion whether it was just the Sharkies playing above themselves or North Beach not being at the level they need to be. It's a bit of both at the moment, but I think if that's the battle, the Sharks definitely winning it. They've turned up. They look like they're ready to go. They're the first out as well, I think, which is a good sign. It's just a pity we don't have a big crowd here, but I'm sure they're all at home watching us on the live stream.
Well, I mean, it is Rockingham, so it could be pumping inside.
Yes, it could be going off.
And you'd never know because it can be quite cold. And there are times when I've been there and there's no one outside. There is a big crowd inside.
I remember back in the day I might have volunteered to shoot a CAS warm-up game, and it was so wet.
I remember that game.
You couldn't actually see the game through the windows, but I just happened to be outside. The rain was hitting it so hard. That was wonderful. One of my greatest experiences.
Yeah, it was. That was rain coming in completely sideways, like directly across the ground, right into your face if you're in the grandstand as well. As the Sea Eagles come out and well. We'll see what sort of attitude they come out with this first set, because they'll want to set the tone. And I'd imagine top of the table, defending premiers. This will be a set where they want to show what they are made of.
There's still a long way to go. There's still another 40. It's a long way to go. Don't want to go the early crow, but if you're South Perth right now and they're kicking off late, I'm sure there's some of those boys that were in the sheds, possibly even the chat from the coach before they went on the grass, talking about, hey, the Sea Eagles, they're down in Rockingham.
Well, I think if you're South Perth, you want to be worrying a bit more about the Fremantle Roosters than what's happening with this result right now. But if they do that, then if they can get a win there, they could go into top spot. It is the Sharks with first use of the ball. Leading 20 points to 4. That is not a misprint on the scoreboard. It's the home team, the Rockingham Sharks, leading.
And hold on.
Well, Ben Bowles wants a captain's
absolutely.
Challenge,
but, there's a bit going on. He is not happy. Just seeing it on the replay here. Oh, it was definitely helped out.
Riley Hextall was in around the ball. Again, if you don't drop it, you don't give the referee a chance to make a mistake. As Carney Solomon from the scrum win. North Beach looking to score pretty quickly. With a little bit of fear into the Sharks. Held up there, England. Again, they're aware of the ball. Fry spins out of the first attempted tackle. Now with Gulliver Brown. He just takes them on. Gulliver Brown with a good run. Ridden to the ground by Siddons. Plays it back to Sinclair. Hextall out the back. Ahuriri had to stop. Reached out the right hand. He gets dumped onto his head. There, and now they kick off. Ahuriri did not enjoy that tackle at all.
This is helping Rockingham. This ain't helping North Beach. I mean, they need. It's a great tackle. But well, not a great tackle. but it was there's a bit of afters there because he's put the boot in. The referee's just having a chat with his linesman and his assistant. about, you know, who was the more naughty. But, you know, that aggro ain't going to help North Beach. It's going to bring the two captains together and have a chat.
Bolf and Wallace.
If he just turns this way, I can lip read. Right, so your team was very naughty, and don't do that again.
Yeah, you've got the penalty, but you can't lash out with the boot either. You've got to let me control it. That'd be... that's usually the line that referees go to in those situations.
That's good refereeing.
No need to take any further action. The Seagulls get the tap. It goes to another pass that's not quite as precise as we're used to North Beach being. Wallace had to stop, go back and catch it. Now on to Gillum, who's got a tenuous grip on the ball, and it comes
there, through. Donnie Bell calls it. And they like it in Rockingham. You can't put your hands in the air when that happened literally 30 seconds ago in your favour.
Well, again, he had the ball held against his hip.
It was.
And the Sharks player may have worked,
but it's
on
a
his
horrible
arm,
carry. Have a look at it here. It's a horrible. That is a horrible carry. He's nothing like he's trying to grab the ball, but he can't get his arm around his back. So
you actually see on the camera angle there, the arm came through and did actually knock it out. So.
But it's a horrible carry. He has it like this. I mean, it's a horrible carry. And this, if you're a Sharks fan and you're watching at home or inside the club rooms, this is great because they're up and about. They're cheering every win. And the North Beach Eagles look frustrated.
Well, that was probably my key takeaway from the opening 3 minutes of this half. Is North Beach look frustrated. They look
angry, and that's not going to help them win a game of footy.
This is not going their way. It's not going the way they thought it would. And they can't believe this isn't easier than it is right now. Now Fry, and
now that's
another tackle that gets into an awkward position. And, well, strangely enough, it's on Jared Whitty, who committed the offence moments ago. So this looks like a little bit of retribution, a bit of payback.
He's on report.
From Fry and also Billy England. It was England that I think gets called out and put on report.
But we've just finished talking about them being frustrated. If that was retribution, that's the worst possible thing that he should be doing. They need level head. They need to just complete the set defensively and get the ball back in their hands. They're actually giving the Sharkies more impetus and more energy. They're pumping them up.
The pass hits the deck and Scott goes back and cleans it up. Benny Bolt wants 6 again. I don't think he's getting that. It was just a poor pass from dummy half as Sidden slips over as he gets to the defensive line. Whitty into dummy half, goes down the short side with Quinlan. Quinlan, he tips that on to Ramagut. Standing in the tackle. There's a little wrestle there with Jeremy Wallace. Now Hoff. He's put down. Sidden's out to the right. Out the back is Scott. They go to the left with Quinlan. Quinlan goes across the face.
Oh, no way.
There's some nice little footwork and a great tackle as well. Jeremy Wallace with a try saver. They work a short side with Scott. Well, the Seagulls are awake that time with Bradley.
Now they sold the dummy!
They stood there and watched Kieran Lawton dummies a kick and go straight through.
Ah, that was a big one. I bet he's saying, suck on that. That's a big pacifier. Here we go. Look at that. They all stopped. They all stopped. He looks like a genius. And now we've got a 20-point advantage. A 20-point advantage with a kick tummy. He's a bit...
well, he's a goal kicker too, so I wonder if he might be calling somebody else to take this attempt.
That looks like a hit. Or a groin. No, looks someone is taking it.
Very proppy, making his way back as it looks like it'll be Sean Scott. I think it is taking the attempt. And raises the flags.
That's important.
So 26 points to 4 on the cash converter scoreboard. 7 minutes gone in this second half.
That is a significant lead.
Well, they
in the context of these two
exactly where they
teams.
left off, really. Rockingham has come out. They're continuing to frustrate the Sea Eagles. We
Look at this,
watch
watch
it again
this.
here. Billy England overreading the
it's
situation. Tommy Fry was going completely the wrong direction as well, and Kieran Lawton could not believe how easily that just opened up. It was.
They look like they're in 6s or 7s at the moment.
Well, it just
For the Seagulls,
parted in front of him. Everyone ran away and just said, please run through my front door. That passed Hoff.
He did want to take it.
Scott put him under a bit of pressure. Yeah, George Hoff with a carry. Bolf. The arm worked a little bit there by Riley Hextall, and he's complaining about it too. So his arm just got moved into a very awkward sort of position. I'm not claiming it's an intentional chicken wing or anything like that, but it did look a little awkward. He has had some injury issues as well, Bolf, so would have put a bit of fear into him. As he's okay though, as he takes the next carry up over halfway. They go to the short side with Scott, who just drills one low and hard towards the sideline. Well, that is control. That's game management. It's controlling the pace of the game. Which North Beach now having to work a little bit harder to get back behind the ball. Except Shane Gillam there, he's in no hurry. The South African international quite happy to wait for the game to come to him. It's Carney Solomon. Nowhere to go out of dummy half. Markers work well there. Quinlan makes the tackle. Siddons gets involved as well. Wallace out of dummy half, goes to England. England hit around the ball. And just flopping in late, a silly penalty to give away. Wallace wants to take the quick tap. He's allowed to. Well, I don't know whether that was the time to take a quick tap either, although it might work out for them as Gillam almost goes through. Chopped down by Whitty. Now Hextall. Hextall steps away from one. He runs into Emery now, who makes the tackle. Sinclair goes to Wallace. Wallace goes across. Solomon look to step inside. Ramika. An extra effort there from Lawton. Now Wallace to Fry. Fry runs at Lawton. And another penalty. The whistle goes again. And Sinclair waiting for instructions. They take the tap. Wallace, Gulliver Brown, dummies on the outside, runs in behind Gillam and has to submit in the tackle to avoid giving away the obstruction penalty. Now Fry. Just a settler. Now the face ball to Gillam and chopped down Whitty again with a really good tackle. Sinclair, he goes from dummy half, looks to stand up. Bolf, who does enough to stop him from getting over the line.
He's been good, Bolf. He's been good.
Now to Wallace. Wallace, the long pass on the bounce. Bradley, he tiptoes along the sideline. Gets the rub on the head from Chris Siddons as he was unable to do the ballerina stuff down the touchline.
He was asking a lot with that sweeping pass. See it here. Didn't need to go that far. Just the tiptoes, the hot coals.
It looked like the line was hot, and he knew he touched it. So did the touch judge, Penny Solomon. Now the Sharks bringing it out of their own end. Hoff with the hit up. Rockingham leading 26 points to 4. The cash converted scoreboard. 12 minutes gone in this second half. There's a couple of tip-on plays there. Now Scott.
Oh, catch and pass.
A great catch and pass. Goes out wide. Coming back infield goes Batchelor. He runs in behind his own player and is penalised for an obstruction. Well, George Hoff's not happy with the call.
Sorry.
Now North Beach. Can they get themselves into this contest in any way, shape or form? Not with plays like that. Pick up and go. Kieran Lawton pins the ears back. Ankle tap from behind. Looks around for a support
And
runner.
his head taken
and
off.
then he's caught high. A penalty for the Sharks. They want to take the quick tap. They're not going to be allowed to. The referee's going to have to wait for a trainer to come and attend to Kieran Lawton.
Let's check on his faculties, make sure he's still attached.
Well, I mean, the era of the HIA, you've got to.
That's a great ankle tap. This one here.
That's the next one.
Oh, rank. Oh, it's probably more over the shoulder. Dragged him backwards, but made it look worse than it probably was.
Worthy of the penalty. Around the grounds, we talked about the South Perth Lions. They lead the Fremantle Roosters 4 points to 0 early in that game as the Sharks go on the attack.
In the top end, it looks like the Bears have gone in first. Lining up for a conversion now.
Cross goes across, picked up well there by Kyle.
Another high.
Scott. He's caught high as well.
Another 6.
He'll have a fat lip, but he'll be okay with that. Another one of those players built low to the ground.
It's not my fault, sir. He's just short.
Oh! Billy England with a special there on Saunders. Outside, inside play from Siddons and Hoff.
Still going,
Hoff
still going.
towards the line.
He's millimetres short.
He's not far away.
There was
They
an
hit
arm
the
in
arm.
there. There was an arm in there,
I think
sir.
it's going to be knocked on by the Seagulls. I think there was an arm, but I think the arm actually hit the arm. It didn't hit the ball. So we'll have a look on the replay. So I don't know that there was anything that had gone wrong until it was knocked on the ground by Gillum. Tommy Fry just diving into the ruck. In case there is a knock on. They work a short side. They've got a little scrum move. Lord. Chopped down low by Solomon. Now Quinlan. Saunders. Down onto his back. Slow play the ball courtesy of Tom Sinclair. Siddons goes out to Emery. Scott at dummy half. Siddons. A crash play towards the line. Referee trying to get into a position to see the ball on the line. He's going to be ruled to held up. I don't know that he got in the best spot to see the ball here, the referee. If we have a look at the replay. Burrows in low. Don't think it did get to the ground. I think the referee's come up with the right call. Whitty out of dummy half, rolls it in behind. Epirama gets back on it. He gets away from one.
No.
Can he get back in the field of play? He's done really well there, Houston Epirama, to prevent another set of 6, because you could feel that the Sea Eagles were about to break. They needed that as Buckley out of dummy half. He runs into Whitty, who puts him down. Again, the arms go in the air, thinking the tackle may have gone beyond the horizontal. He picks up and drives again, Jared Whitty. Buckley goes out to Ahuriri, who's met solidly. Emery and Siddons in the tackle. Comes to Wallace under pressure. Well, there was 3 or 4 Sharks sprinted out to put pressure on that kick. He did well to get it away, but Kiowa Scott will be tackled 40 metres out from his own line on play 1. Thanks in a large part, not just to that good defensive set, but the pressure on the kick.
They're doing everything right, the Rockingham Sharks. We've got to play it down. They're doing everything right, and at the moment it doesn't look like Beach have got any answers.
He's been in the walls, Jeremy Wallace.
He has been. He's been hit. He's been targeted. This one here. So I can't actually see what's...
Doesn't seem to be too much that's happened in that tackle. There's no one that's... Unless he's got some friendly fire from Carney Solomon. It's like you can't see from that angle. It seems fairly innocuous from the vision that we've got.
Is he coming off? No. The trainer's talking to him.
Stay on. He's gone out to the wing. He does look a little ginger.
Oh. Well, after that.
Sharks come up with the mistake. As Buckley runs from dummy half. Runs into Torona. Now Sinclair. Torona again works from marker to make the tackle. Buckley with the pass out to Wallace. He's recovered. Hextall goes for short option. Epirama. Out to Fry. He's put down. Play it back to Sinclair. Buckley. Buckley goes to the line. Emery comes out, makes the tackle on 5. Sinclair back to Hextall. Hextall's going to bomb.
Oh, up and under. Goes nowhere.
Jeremy Wallace takes the catch, gets the pass back to Ahuriri. Ahuriri gets it out wide to England. England looks to take them on, gets the pass over the top to Bradley.
Oh,
Bradley off the ground, gets it back to England.
Are they happy? I think they're happy.
The touch judge seems happy.
Yeah.
He's got into the in goal, and they're going to point to the spot. So the pass, this last pass is before the tackle is completed, and Billy England gets himself on the score sheet.
That one's fine.
This pass here from Riley Bradley on the deck. All good, all clear, gone backwards, play on, try time.
Well, they needed that. That's an understatement. It's only their second try, Don. Oh my gosh.
Now, while we're waiting for the kick, you'll go around the grounds. The Joondalup Giants, they lead the Willagee Bears 6 points to 4 early in that game. Here's Babington with the Giants try. And it's still 4 points to 0. South Perth over Fremantle.
And at the top end, they're still the Bears with a 4-point lead over the Northern Sharks.
Conversion attempt. Buckley. From out wide. towards the last quarter of this game as Buckley moves in. Looks like that one's going across the face and it will be waved away. 26 points to 8 in the cash converter scoreboard. An hour gone, 20 minutes to go. Are you riding North Beach off yet, Dave?
In doing so, I think you'd be riding off the Sharks, wouldn't you? No, sorry. Am I back in the Sharks is what I meant to say. Yeah. I'm back in the Sharks. I'm not riding off North Beach. I'm back in the Sharks. I think, you know, there's 18 points left. They've got to do all the attacking. They've got to score 3 more times. Now that conversion, and I mentioned conversion's going to be important today. The breeze is up there. That conversion could be really important. I'm not writing the Sharks off. I'm backing them in. So, at the moment, it's been all of their work. It's got nothing to do with North Beach. It's been all of their work. They've brought the game. They've come to play, and that's not going to help.
No more penalties, that's it.
They hear that from the sideline.
Well, another piggyback out of their own end. On the Sharks. Well, they don't pick off a lot of territory with that touch finder. They basically just kick that across field.
Bit weird.
Gillett with the offload. Picked up by Hextall. He gets back to where that original tackle was made on Gillett. So no extra territory. Sinclair out of dummy half. He picks up the runner in Epirama. Now with Breen. Breen was good for North Beach in his first stint. A good quick play the ball there as well. Buckley goes to Wallace. Wallace goes wide. Carney Solomon explodes. Takes on the fullback, gets over the top and gets it down. Well, North Beach go bang, bang. They're back, baby. Here they come.
Here they come. So, yes, not riding off the North Beach, but I'm still back in the Sharks. Still back, and that came off a penalty. Heard on the sidelines, don't know who it was, but yelling at his charges. No more penalties. So you don't want to give him any options. You don't want to give him any assistance in chasing this lead down.
Well, they've been so good for an hour of this game. 80-minute contest. Yeah. Of course, it'd be a great win for Rockingham. As we said, right at the top of the broadcast, they want to play spoiler. They can't make finals. They're out of the contest. They haven't won since round 1. They want to play spoiler. They want to be the thorn in the side. They almost did it last week against the Fremantle Roosters. They took them right to the brink. It was a really good performance, and they've come out here today and they've played with that same sort of abandon that has got them into a good
quite
position.
Often, you're in that position where you're not going to have any effect on finals. It can be the most enjoyable part of footy because you've got nothing to play for aside from just stick it up the other mob. You know, you can have a bit of fun. There's nothing to lose. We're probably going a bit early, but you know there's still.
Well, that misconversion.
Got 14 points.
Yeah, that's important. That misconversion makes it difficult.
Yep.
They're nothing from 3, North Beach, with their conversion attempts. 26-12. The Sharks leading by 14.
Keep talking to us, sir. Let's go, Trent. All good. Go behind.
We've got 16 minutes left on the clock, so there's time enough if the Sea Eagles are good enough. And they're top of the ladder for a reason. It's because they're good enough. So the Sharks are going to have to work hard in this final 16 minutes to prevent them coming home over the top of them. I think we've got some entertainment to come. So step now through the middle with Adlam. Adlam, a good run. He leaves a couple behind him. Buckley now coming out of the line. Guess who it is? It's Jared Whitty. Oh my God, what a performance Jared Whitty has had.
Well, if they do end up singing the song at the end of this game, they should put him in the middle and get all the Gatorade and everything else you got and just dunk him in it. It's times like these, Don, that it's disappointing that we don't have a camera in the change room. Because we're going the early crowd, we should. But, yeah, he's having a fantastic game. And again, putting the Beach under pressure.
Oh, yeah, and we've seen it right from the kickoff. Their line speed, as a unit, they've worked so well as a team in this game. They've just worked together. They look like a team that is
competing for finals.
Well, it's fascinating that this is a team in last spot that hasn't won since round one. Like, they look so good here today. And we have talked about it throughout the year that they are a young team that is building, but this is a bit of a glimpse into the future as to what they are building.
He's just muffed that.
Yeah, mistake there.
I don't know who it is, the person that's making those calls from the sidelines, but a bit of camaraderie between the warring parties there. It's good to see. But quite often with a young team, Don, you'd know this, like it can just click like that. You know, one week you could be, all over the shop, and the next week it just clicks. And again, the pressure's off for them now. They're playing the top team in the comp, Oh, it's another one!
Again up in their face, and again almost forcing an error. And again, I'm pretty sure it was Jared Whitting.
Just to hear it. Willingness. It is hard footy. And again!
Charging up out of the lines. Gets out of the tackle on that occasion, Gulliver Brown.
Slows it up, that's good play.
Now Wallace goes out to England. England goes through. Billy England takes on the fullback. He'll get a second. Gets over the line, slides over. Well, Billy England is causing some headaches, and pretty much everyone from North Beach on that right edge, they're finding some success going down that avenue.
Well, you spoke about in that first half, you spoke about some weakness on that right edge for Rockingham. They've obviously seen something and they're working that well. So they've seen it, so I'm sure Rockingham's seen it. Coaching staff need to make some adjustments there. As we tick into close to the last 10.
As you say that, it looks like Kiowa Scott is coming off the field. The winger on that side had the headgear off and looked like he'd come from the park. So I don't know if that's part of the adjustment that they're looking to make. Got the thumbs down from the fan on the sideline, or is he just trying to block the sun? Buckley moves in. And another failed conversion attempt. Well, they have been all difficult, but still none from 4. It's not normal for Justin Buckley.
Well, that's still 10 points they've got to make up.
10 points. Just under 12 minutes left.
They don't want it.
Rockingham just need to keep going, keep doing what they're doing. And it's all up to Beach here. They're the ones that have to take the game on.
They're certainly coming, and I actually think that the Sharks have got to continue playing footy. They can't try and defend this lead.
They've got to keep going, keep doing exactly what they've been doing.
That kick-off, Hextall had no idea where it was. There was a perfect kick-off right into the teeth of the sun, and now that's a high tackle. Get a penalty. Well, it is really all lucky. Happening at Franklin Offshore Stadium.
That was lucky. Has he gone to ground here? Has he gone? Yeah. Oh, no, that was probably in the tackle, so he dragged him down, but damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Well, they had to try and trap him in the in-goal. They almost did. A quick tap from, they're going to say, go back and do it from the mark. Oh, there's a touch. Okay, so it's a play the ball, not a tap. So it's got a touch before it went out from the touch finder. Or maybe they're just taking their rules from the new rugby league video game on PlayStation.
Have you played it yet?
No, I haven't yet. I bought it this morning. Even though I haven't seen a single good review of it, I still went out and bought it. I'm an idiot. But here we go, the North Beach Sea Eagles.
You're a prime target, Don. Marketer's dream.
Going on the attack with Royden Gillett. Stands in the tackle, can't get the offload away. Play it back to Buckley. Going through the middle with Breen. Dummies on the outside to Gulliver Brown. Had the arm free to try and give it back to Buckley, but takes the tackle. Buckley goes to Wallace. Wallace bombing to a corner. Bradley comes forward. Bradley takes the catch. Gets the offload around the corner to Carney Solomon. And that is wonderful rugby league from North Beach. He improves the position.
That's important, running around there to get it within 4 points. You'd expect it to slot this. 10 minutes to go. He was out of sorts there. He's probably looking straight into the sun. And again, that right edge.
Well, I mean, he's a jumper. We said that they were going to continue to go that way, trying to exploit the advantage that they've got with Riley Bradley on that side. They've changed the winger to try and put a bit more height out there, but that hasn't worked either. Justin Buckley, well, he'll be happy to knock over perhaps his first conversion attempt of the day, and the Sea Eagles are coming from the clouds. A reminder, they were down 26 points to 4 with 20 minutes to go in this game.
Up the top end, DABSCO Premiership, the Bears have gone in again. We'll have to get an update on that score. I think it is 10 to 0. See if we can get a
conversion attempt successful, 26-22. 8 minutes left on the clock. Time off is called as Rockingham slowly make their way back to halfway, as again we see that offload from Bradley after taking the catch, out leaping his man. Well, I think we heard 15 minutes ago from Rockingham, no penalties. They've given away a few since then. We saw the last kick-off. Down to Hextall. You'd imagine they'll kick it down in the same general direction. Hextall again looks uncomfortable and knocks it on. Well, he's had a mare. He's had an absolute mare, Riley Hextall.
It's clearly your fault, Don. Well, you turned him up. Oh, that is horrible.
He knew the kick was coming his way. He made a meal of the last one. They had to kick it to him again. And of course they do, and again he makes the mistake. The shortish goal line dropout.
What is he doing? What happened?
There's going to be a penalty. David Quinlan, not David Quinlan, there's one of the Sharks players that's down. I think it's Terence Ramica that got knocked over. Someone getting hit off the ball in any case, and the Sharks get the penalty. Comes with Hoff. Hoff gets away from Breen.
Good.
Takes on Epirima. Breen flops in there really late. Allowed to get away with it. Christie to Siddons. Siddons. He's put down onto his back. The Sharks looking for a key try, leading by 4. They've been in control of this game. It goes to Ramica. Ramica spinning. Can't get out of the tackle. Solomon and Wallace make it. Now to Quinlan to Siddons. Siddons just a settler. Slow play of the ball. Christie again at dummy half. They work a short side. Quinlan double pumps. Gets that one underneath. And it's with Lawton. Lawton chopped down low. Breen and England make the tackle. Christie again. They work the short side again. Quinlan takes on the line. And they'll hand it over a metre out from the line. As we head towards the final 5 minutes of this game, North Beach, they've got to go 99. Bradley, let's see if their line speed is still as good as it was early in the game. An important defensive set for the Rockingham Sharks, looking to cause the upset of the season. Their perimeter allowed to run a long way, so that gives you an indication of the line speed. Fatigue is real,
he's dropped
but
the pill!
so is the mistake from Royden Gillett. Hands over possession, and the Rockingham Sharks have another chance to put this game to bed. Batchelor's put down. They're 30 out from the Sea Eagles line. Hoff. He's going nowhere in the tackle of Wallace. They're out on their feet here, the Sharks. Trying to find some way of testing the Sea Eagles line. Quinlan with a slow play the ball. It goes to Whitty. Whitty gets it out to Bolt. Bolt put down. Whitty screaming at men outside him on the right-hand side. They come that way. It goes to Sean Scott. Scott thinks about an offload out the back, takes the tackle on 5. Christie into dummy half. He goes across. It's with Whitty. Whitty out to Quinlan. Quinlan rakes one across field, straight into the arms of Riley Bradley. He's taken it in the field of play and taken back into the end goal. That'll be a goal line dropout. Well, Bradley took it like he was in the in goal area.
Yeah, he just stopped and he's like, well, I've caught it. It's like, mate, you were in the field of play.
I don't know if he's got an AFL background and he thought it was a mark, but he
can
stopped
only
there.
do it.
We'll have a look at the replay.
You can only do it
See
in
where
your
he caught it. And I think he's got a point. He's in the in goal area.
He is too, yeah.
He should have been walking out to the 20. Well, that's been missed by
Was
the
it
officials.
half a foot? Half a foot on the line, maybe.
Well, could be a key moment of this game. Again, you've got to play to the whistle. He didn't, as Christie trips over Breen, who's lying in the ruck, and the Sharks get a penalty, and I wonder if they'll think about taking the 2.
Do you think about it? They are too.
They take the 2 points. Well, that'll secure at least 1 point, you would think.
I don't know. Is it defeatist? I don't know.
Well, I think you take a lot of time off the clock.
You do, yeah, take a lot of time out.
You can see how long already he's waiting for the tee to come out. He's taking a drink. He offers the referee a drink. So he hasn't called time off yet, the referee. The clock is still ticking.
Yeah,
now you hear the Sea Eagles
time off,
crying for time to be called off. Laces it on the tee. Everything very deliberate from Kieran Lawton from right in front. So we have 28 metres out. Moves in. The strike is good. The conversion, the penalty attempt is successful. And Rockingham go out to a 28-22 lead with 2 minutes on the clock. Short kickoff coming.
Oh, Donny Bell. Oh. He'd be a fan of footy, eh? There it comes. Is it going to go 10? It's not going to go 10. Oh, it's all happening. It's coming up blue, Donny Bell.
Well,
they've got
failed.
6 tackles and about 90 seconds.
Take the 2. They take the tap and they give it on to Siddons. Siddons takes the carry. They'll look to their experience, you would imagine, this set. Siddons takes the first, then Whitty the second. Bolt is lining up for the next. And here he comes, Benny Bolt. Well, they've done everything right and they come up with the error there. They've done everything right and they still come up with the mistake. The Sea Eagles, they've got one last chance. Watford Christie tips Roy Gillett onto his head. They want to get on with it. They don't want Justin Buckley kicks for the sideline. 30 seconds left.
Ball boy!
No ball boys, they've quit. They've got the memo as well. Take time off the clock. However you can. Eparaima takes the first hit up. We've got maybe one play left. It comes back. Comes out to Wallace. Wallace fires it across to Solomon. Solomon gets it out to Bradley. Bradley hits the ground. Well, there's a bit longer left on the clock than we've got on ours. Whitty gets up quickly on England. Before he knew what happened, he was hit. Wallace out to Gulliver Brown, inside to Gillum. He's put down. Buckley. Gulliver Brown takes it all the way to the line.
Let's drop
the ball comes free. The Sharks dive on it. And the home crowd are up and about. Lachlan Christie.
He's got some cramp.
Slow to his feet. He's played about 15 minutes and got cramp.
He's having a cup of tea. I love it.
Siddons.
I love it.
He hits the deck and there's the siren. And the Rockingham Sharks, well, look at them. You can see what this means to them. The upset of the season. They have knocked off the top place North Beach Seagulls 28-22.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Who would have thought the game of the year is first v last?
Well, there's smiles all around from the Rockingham Sharks. And, well, there might be smiles all around from the South Perth Lions as well. As they are a chance now to move into top spot on the back of that 6-point win for the Rockingham Sharks over the North Beach Seagulls. And the Lions themselves, they leading the Fremantle Roosters 10 points to nil to enhance those chances of going into top spot. And, you know, first and second both get the double chance in finals, but hosting that qualifying final is
makes a huge difference. Makes a big difference. You want to do that in front of your home spectators. Just we're about to head up the top end, and what a way to cue in our friends up north. They should be ready for us now, boys. In the TRL Stadium, lads. I don't know if you can hear us, but we've just had an absolute cracker down there. It looks like you've got a stoppage up there. Can you hear us?
Hey, good evening, boys. Dave, Don, Kyle and Chrissy with you. How are we?
We're very well. We just had a cracking game, boys. Hopefully yours is cracking. You've got a bit of a stoppage up there. We'll come to you now. But give us a rundown. I realise the Bears are leading 10-0.
Yeah, we've got a minor stoppage, a play with a bit of a knee injury from the Litchfield Bears, but it's been obviously 10 points is the lead for the Litchfield Bears, but Sharks have been well into this game. They're missing a couple of key players. We're actually 12 on 12 at the moment. We've just missed a bit of a melee, which has resulted in a sin bin for both sides. So yeah, James Beckett from the Litchfield Bears and Adam Hall from the Northern Sharks have been given 10 minutes to have a spell. But the game itself has been absolutely fantastic. Sharks are well and truly into this game, and it's an important game for the Sharks. They're just sitting outside the top four. They'll need the 2 points to get themselves back in. Nightcliff Dragons just hanging on by threads at the moment, and they're currently facing the Palmerston Raiders in Palmerston, and I believe they're trailing at the moment 10 points to nil. We'll be able to provide some updates on that score through the evening. But Chrissy, what do you think of the game so far, mate?
It's been excellent, Kyle. Afternoon, gentlemen in Perth. Yeah, very good twilight game here at TRL Stadium in Darwin. Northern Sharks, after their great win last week against the Nightcliff Dragons side, have come to play again. And although they're down at the moment, they've certainly been putting it to the Litchfield side, as we see a bad mistake there from the Litchfield fullback.
Yeah, Harry Heath, I believe.
Which will give the Bears give Sharks an opportunity to put some pressure on the Bears side with good about 8 minutes to go, I think. But a pretty high quality game too so far tonight. A great evening here. You can see the sun starting to set, sitting at about 29 degrees and not much breeze either way. So wonderful afternoon for football.
As we see the Sharks now just on the 30-metre line, making some headway as they trail into the 20-metre zone of the Litchfield Bears. Be important to pick up a try here just going into the halftime break. As I said, they've been fairly impressive through this match. They're just got a little bit unlucky with a couple of tries, one of them being a breakaway down the sideline. As I said, they are missing a couple of players as well, key positions. And here's a timely penalty for the Sharks. Have to imagine they'll take the tap.
Yeah, Sharks are certainly missing a number of their big forwards that they would normally have and have been playing all year. A great offload there from the Sharks player just in front of the posts.
And you see there, just playing the ball is the veteran, Damien Mick, lacing up the boots tonight for the first grade match. And Sharks now inside the 10. Go through the middle. They'll line the front rower, Newman. He's taken just shy of the line. Left side. Oh, look at the little beautiful offload there. Colley's in! He scores! Paul DeVere wants to have a look at this.
The touch judges are both in, so I can't see what the issue would be.
Looks like he's going to reward it. He is. Oh, how good was that? The beautiful offload and well executed. Jacob Colley extends the arm and puts it over the line. And yeah, about 8 minutes 30 remain here in the first half, TRL Stadium.
And a great offload from Matanan Droga, the number 4. Got his right arm free in the tackle and great support from Colley, the captain coach. Plunges over the line. As we see Damien Mick lining up to attempt the conversion, which is probably a fair award for the way that Sharks have been playing in this game. They're certainly not giving the ladder-topping Bears free run. They're really putting it to them and pressing on and trying to press their claims. And as Kyle mentioned, if Sharks win this game and the Dragons lose, they'll be on equal points, so sharing 4th position. We discussed it last week with Cam about with the last round coming through and what opportunities these sides have to make up games and make up positions in the ladder, and Sharks are having a red hot crack tonight at doing that.
And we see there Damien Mick converting that conversion, taking the points to 6 thanks to Chemist Warehouse, our scoreboard updates. 10-6, 8 minutes to go here in the first half at TRL Stadium. 12 on 12, folks. We've got 2 sitting in the bin. Imagine they'll kick this deep. He goes himself now, Mick. Just didn't want to risk that pass. Straight out of dummy half. Oh, look at this run. Oh, he's got to get the offload. It's gone straight in the Litchfield player. He just didn't quite see who was behind him. And that's no good. Straight through the middle for the Sharks. They couldn't get through to him. And Litchfield Bears will pick up another try before half time. Off the back of an offload that went wrong from the Sharks.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate there for the Sharks. They're obviously trying to press the little bit of advantage they had from that try they just scored, and now unfortunately they've given that advantage back straight away within 2 minutes. So very unfortunate.
A shout out to the home team today, which is the Northern Sharks, and their proud game day partner, AAA Hoses.
Long-time sponsor, long-time family club involved with the Sharks, way back from their inception. The Hounslow family, and Gordon flying the flag with AAA Hoses at the moment. Current president too, I believe, of the Sharks. A good man.
Does that go as far back as your playing days, Chrissy? Is that too ancient?
Prior to them, Kyle. Prior to them, when the Hounslows were involved, when the Sharks formed.
And they didn't have cars back then, did they? They had driving cars back in that. Mobile phones were just getting invented, I think.
Yeah, they even had floors in them. We didn't have to use our feet.
Well, we see the conversion successful. Sorry. So Litchfield Bears extending that lead 16 points to 6 thanks to Chemist Warehouse. Of course, around the ground, thanks to McDonald's in our Gatley Shield Reserve fixtures this weekend. We saw the Darwin brothers last night defeat the South Darwin Rabbitohs 30 points to 10. Earlier today, out at Palmerston Raiders Park, the Nycliffe Dragons picked up a great win against the Palmerston Raiders, 24-20. And a little earlier this afternoon here at TRL Stadium. Oh, look at this break. Hold the scores there. That's the front rower. That was brilliant. How's this run? They might get another bloody try on the board before full time.
Charging down the middle of the field, a great effort there from the big front rower from the Bear side. And a penalty now for... not sure what referee De Vere signalled there, but we see that the Adam Hall's back on the field, and let's say we're back to 13 aside.
And just finishing off that around the grounds, the last update there was the Litchfield Bears defeating the Northern Sharks 36 points to 4 in the Gatley Shield competition. And Bears now, minute 15 on the clock. They're going to try to use this time to extend their lead. They are the top of the ladder leaders here in the DABSCO Premiership competition. Brody gets a pass and just isn't able to execute there. Drop ball is seen by the fullback in Harry Heath.
And we have Axel down on the sideline tonight. How's it down there, mate? What you're seeing?
Yeah, good evening to you boys down here on the sidelines. I just want to mention, you said it was about 29 degrees. I reckon that's Kyle's hot comments on the game are making it a bit warmer up here. 26.1 degrees down here on the sideline. I can't help but notice that double McChicken burger on the Macca's sign over the other side of the ground. But look, it is phenomenal down here. The energy's starting to build, boys. The passion's really starting to build. They need to iron out the silly stuff, focus on the next play. And I really feel like we're in for a great second half.
And Axel, are you joining the young fellas? We've got the kick for goal competition at half time. I know you said you've got your footy boots, but what are the odds of you actually taking a kick at goal?
Look, the odds are the footy boots are in Humpty-Doo, and that's where they're going to stay for a very long time. They're up on the shelf from my umpiring days in the Premier League, NTFL, and that's about where they're going to stay. But looks like we do have a kicker set to go. The odds of me kicking that conversion would be 0% here. I couldn't do it if I was 5 metres out from the post. That's why I stick to that, as Dave McRae says, mate, have a kick. As the boys are into me, they reckon I need to have a kick tonight. But Tony, I'm saying that there's no chance of it. Your thoughts on me getting it through the posts?
0.
0. I'm glad we all agree on the same subject, boys. We'll leave it to the boys that know how to kick.
A lot of support for you there, Axel.
Yeah, good to see the boys getting behind me. But we do have the ball, boys. We do have stuff.
And sorry, Ax, whilst you are giving us some great entertainment, we've just seen Brodie Morecambe sin bin from the field. So the second sin bin offence here for the Litchfield Bears.
Dangerous tackle there in the...
Yeah, certainly, as Morecambe does go to the sin bin, and also the Sharks are getting spoken to as well by Paul DeVere. So really, they got to iron out that silly stuff. We don't need it in the game. They really got to iron it out before that second half so we can see a really good game of NRL up here in the top end.
With the final play here, they had a bit of a breakaway down the sideline, but the tackle will come to a stoppage there on the halfway mark. Half-time, the Litchfield Bears leading the Northern Sharks 16 points to 6 here at TRL Stadium. Stick around, folks. We've got plenty of half-time entertainment, and we'll go down to Axel very shortly. And we'll also be joined by Cam for a bit of half-time review of our fixture so far.
Thanks, boys. At the top end, so at half-time, the DABSCO Shield, it is 16 points to 6 for the Bears. We're going to take this opportunity here in studio to go through some of the highlights from the game we just saw. Donnie, if you've just joined us, it was a fantastic, cracking effort from the Rockingham Sharks that took on the ladder-leading and the defending Premier in North Beach, and they managed to hold them out pretty well in the end. There were some shaky moments. North Beach came storming back, scored 3 tries in a row, but they just did enough to hold them out.
Well, I mean, they got out to a great lead. I thought the first hour of the game was by far the best we've seen from Rockingham all season. And one of the better performances we've seen from any team all season. They really did carve them up. Got out to a 26-4 lead at one point early in the second half, as this was a great individual try from the bloke I thought was the best player on the park in Jared Whitty. He was sensational for the Sharks. They were just really, really good.
Well, they came with, we spoke about, they came with intent, they came with vigour, they came with purpose. We did speak at length before the game, and what have they got to play with? They've got nothing to play for. A young team, they can have a bit of fun, and they came with it. This for me was just, that sort of summed up the entire day for North Beach. And I called it at the time a dummy kick straight through score, and that was a really important time to score as well.
I think that was pretty much right on half time.
It was right on half time. And no, it was actually the first. It was right on the start of the second half. They scored first in the second half, which was a fantastic way. We were questioning whether they could then turn up for that second 40 and bring the same thing. And they scored first off that particular play. We're seeing that right edge for the Sea Eagles. They found something down that right edge, scored all their 3 tries in that second half down there. And at some point, you asked me, are we going to write them off or are we going to back them in? And I backed in the Sharkies. They were out on their feet, as you called it, late in the game. But penalties and loose carries from both sides in the end meant that they just did enough to hold out for what was was their biggest win of the season, and probably for a young team, Don, probably a team-building win.
Yeah, absolutely. And you saw it full time when the full-time siren sounded, that it wasn't, okay, we've won again.
No, they were up. They absolutely. I wouldn't want to be a beer down at Larkhill right now. That place would absolutely be thumping, and I'm pretty sure there'll be some people at home that probably sat back and watched the live stream. I bet you they're on their way to Shark Park right now to get involved and get in it. It'll be a fantastic night in there. They'll be watching a bit of this. They'll be watching a bit of the NRL proper, and they'll be enjoying a lot of sherbets as we see some highlights from the game, the DABSCO Premiership. It's the ladder-leading Bears at the moment that are leading 16-6. They scored 2 late tries in that first half. Although there's been some
$30 kick for cash.
$30 kick for cash. There's been some discipline issues. We've seen 3 yellow cards already. The Bears are going to have to start the second half with 12 players, as we just see the kick for cash.
He's missed the first couple of attempts. And he hasn't kicked that one overly well either. Coming up short.
Really disappointed I don't see our man Axe on the sidelines having a shot there. Have to go put past the cap around and get him a pair of boots.
I'll jump in there, boys.
Yeah, go for it, Axe.
I'll see if I can. Sorry, boys. I know, Dave, you're pretty keen. My phone's running hot. The ground announcer asked me before. I reckon the crowd's pretty keen for me to have a kick. I'll see if I can find that spare couple of minutes. I'll see if they'll let me do it. I'll
do it.
See what we can do.
Get it done, mate. Get it done.
Hey, he's got it from 20.
$20 is enough for some hot dogs.
Well, we see Tony Crow down there. He's got the only ball boy we could find that was shorter than Tony.
So he's going again.
He doesn't need to go again.
Need to go again.
He's already kicked it. He's got his $20.
Yeah, he's got his 20. Shake hands from the ball boy. Good stuff.
There we go. He's had a good time. It's always a good time in the top end. DABSCO Premiership, TRL Stadium.
There's our man Axe. He's thinking about it. He's having a conversation. I'm not sure. Maybe he's been kibosh. He's going to have a chat with the winner.
He's going to try and get the kick for cash champion. I don't think he wants to have a chat.
It looks for me. Would he have been the same individual that might have won a sprint race at Deadly Cup? He looks like he might have been.
He might have done. He loves Axe.
He's
coming over. He's playing up to the crowd.
As he does. Down to you, Axe, if you can hear us.
Yeah, Sam with me for the halftime kick. How'd you? Bit rough to start off with. A bit of a, I don't know what happened. You thought you would have had a pretty decent kick. Did you get a bit of stage fright?
Unlucky, man. Haven't played footy for a few years, but hope you see me back out in a few games and I'll smash all of them.
So I know they're looking for a few fullbacks in the competition. Do you think you're going to line up in the fullback in the next couple of weeks?
I like my spot on the wing.
On the wing, it's good because you get with the wingers. Generally, you guys are the first guys to come into contact with sideline commentators. So if you're on the wing, it looks like you'll be getting lined up for a few sideline interviews.
Jeez, yeah, look into that.
Look at that.
Well, I reckon you and I are going to go and grab a hot dog from the canteen and get some refreshments in for the evening before we go to the second half here of this blockbuster clash.
Yeah. Once again, well done to Sam.
Yeah, he's got.
No worries.
He's got $20 for his shout.
Sharks got this.
There we go. Good Sharks. Good set. That's it. Good. He's a Sharky supporter. But yeah, Axe, it should be his shout, mate. He's got $20. He should be buying the hot dogs. So.
Lucky Tony Crow's got a big account for my hot dog agenda. So I reckon look, it's definitely keeping him in business up here in the top end with the hot dogs. But I'm really starting to look at that. Looks like a double McChicken burger, all thanks to McDonald's. I'm loving it from around the grounds. Really starting to feel that Uber Eats is going to be rolling in with some McDonald's very, very soon, boys.
Well, that good effort, mate. Well, we're going to have to tie you up at some point and get you to have a kick for cash. Maybe next week, but
maybe we can have a half-time eating contest.
A hot dog fest.
Maybe not the kick for cash, but the eating contest there for Axe.
While having a kick. We'll take a quick break, Axe, give you an opportunity to go get that hot dog, and we'll come back for what should be a cracking second half at the DABSCO Premiership very, very shortly. Players are out for the second half. DABSCO Premiership. Currently it is the Litchfield Bears, the Adelaide Litchfield Bears leading the Northern Sharks 16-4. We're going to throw up to the top end call team at TRL Stadium for the second half of the DABSCO Premiership. It is Chris and Kyle, boys, and Axe on the sidelines. If you can hear us, take it away.
Good break.
Not sure if they're back yet, Dave.
Well, I think they're back there. There we go. Take it away, fellas.
We're back, boys. Thank you very much. I hope everyone enjoyed the halftime entertainment. Some great kicking skills out there by the young fellow on the Northern Sharks.
Entertaining.
That was the purpose, wasn't it? You see here, just about to get back underway. Waiting on the Northern Sharks here. Litchfield Bears leading the Sharkies 16 points to 6.
We might take this opportunity, Kyle, while we wait for the restart, just mention a very tragic accident that happened during the week. A stalwart of the Nightcliff Dragons club was unfortunately killed in a freak accident in a helicopter out in Arnhem Land. Justin Gould, a long-time player, supporter, official with the Dragons side. And,
stay behind the kicker, boys!
Yeah, a huge shock to the rugby league community and especially the Nightcliff Dragons. So wish well to his family and valet Justin.
Thank you, Chrissy. Kickoff is well underway now. Hawley's going to take the first run up. Big charge. And don't forget, it's 13 on 12. We saw a late sin bin as we ended the first half, and an error here from Hall just as he's gone to play it. Oh, it's a penalty, sorry. Hand in the ruck. Brodie Morecambe sent to the bin for a dangerous tackle.
Penalties at half-time. Kyle, 5 to the Sharks, 3 to the Bears. And errors 4 for the Sharks and 8 for the Bears, which obviously is what was helping the Sharks maintain their position in the game. And the first penalty of the second half goes to the Sharks.
Yeah, referee in charge tonight, Paul DeVere, supported by touch judge Marcus Steinhardt, and we have a interstate touch judge, the man in the pink, joining us here as we see the Sharks crossing the halfway. Moving well now is Jack Newman. Hall now. Big run, burrows his way through, gets a lovely offload. Here's the second row from Sharks. Roscoe Frank is out there. A long player for the Northern Sharks. He's been with them since the juniors. And oh no, the intercept! Look out, he's going to run the distance. Oh, the Northern Sharks have been struck down by an interception pass. He'll score under the upright. I think it was the winger.
And that'll take a bit of the wind out of the Sharks side. They were building quite well there off the back of a penalty to try and put some pressure on the Bears. But a great intercept. He had to juggle the ball, but managed to hang on to it and then took off. I think that was the centre, Nathan Dixon. and showed everyone a clean pair of heels to get all the way and place the ball down underneath the black dot.
Axel, we'll go to you on the sideline, mate. How's things down there?
Yeah, look, definitely a lot of communications from the bench. I feel the coaches are really probably getting a little bit frustrated with their players, with the discipline. Not in this game. We've seen 3 sin bins already. We're into the second half, but the coaches have told them to just calm down and just play the play-by-play. Don't worry about the silly stuff. But you can really see there's probably a little bit of tension between the benches, and it's something that coaches have addressed, which we'll see that fade out. But back to that impressive run. I reckon he's going to have some pretty tune-up legs after that run, but that's something that the Sharks really want us to try and avoid. And we're going to see the points keep going up, but that's something that Sharks are going to have to keep on top of. We've seen a couple of them run-throughs from respective teams over the last couple of weeks, and I really feel like it's something that we're going to see more to the finals of the wingers, just attacking with them breakthroughs.
Yeah, thanks, Axel. And we'll just go around the ground thanks to McDonald's with the True Flow Services Premiership Women's Competition. The results for this weekend, we saw the Darwin brothers get a win over the South Darwin Rabbitohs thanks to a forfeit. The Palmerston Raiders 16-8 over Nycliffe Dragons, and the Northern Sharks picked up a big win, 44 points to 0. So the Darwin brothers remain on top of the ladder and undefeated thus far in the women's competition. So Litchfield Bears 22 points to 6 lead the Sharks. Certainly not the start they wanted in the second half. They'll need to fire back here, the Northern Sharks. Take advantage of this opportunity whilst they've got an advantage playing against a player down in the Bears. But we see the Bears just moving the ball really well here, and the distance they're making, they've already crossed halfway now.
Certainly don't seem to be inconvenienced by the lack of a player.
Not at all. Just such strike power. I mean, it shows you why they are the ladder leaders.
Being well guided around the park by the number 7, Trent Wedding, who lost the ball there. Error there from the second rower running through. Copped a bit of a hit and lost the ball.
And of course, around the ground, thanks to McDonald's again, updating you just with the other DABSCO Premiership men's game. The Palmerston Raiders now leading Nycliffe Dragons 32 points to 0. And of course, coming up next, here at TRL Stadium, the Darwin brothers will take on the South Darwin Rabbitohs. We see just a slow restart here.
Yeah, feeling the impacts of that contact where he lost the ball. Slowly walking his way back to the defensive line.
It's going to be a tough couple of weeks for the Northern Sharks if they aren't able to pick up a victory tonight. They've got the Darwin brothers next week. There's only 3 rounds remaining outside of this weekend. The Darwin brothers, followed by the Palmerston Raiders, and then the South Darwin Rabbitohs in the final round of the competition. They're going to need to pick up what we'd imagine the next 2 wins at least to give them a chance of making the 4. Don't forget the Northern Sharks featured in the 2024 DABSCO Premiership Grand Final. They didn't get the win, and they haven't had the year that they probably would have hoped for, but we saw them pick up a big win, as you mentioned earlier, Chrissy, against the Nycliffe Dragons last week. But a lot of work to do over the next couple of weeks if there are any chance of making the top 4 and making the finals.
We expect them to win the last game, but they need to do something against one of the big 3, as we talked about last week. And that starts tonight.
We'll just see Litchfield Bears now moving their way. The number 4 able to get through a couple defenders. Pomeroy, I think it is, yeah. How good was that?
Archie Hall.
Oh, sorry. Archie Hall. Might need to borrow those glasses, Chrissy. Bears now going to go, they're going to go through the middle. Big run met by Hall is the James Beckett from the Bears. He took a spell in the first half thanks to that Malay involvement. And they just don't look to be slowing down, the Litchfield Bears. Last tackle. Can the Sharks hold them out here? I'd say they're going to go the kick option. No, they're going to pass it.
And kick.
And kick. Trent Wedding just wasn't able to get the perfect pass there. Very experienced player. And he's had a great game so far. And look at that hit. Short side now, the Sharkies. And the Sharks now just struggling to find metres here as they work their way out of their own 30. Here's Hall. Big run. Takes 3 defenders to bring him to a stop. Option and taken very smoothly by the fullback in Heath. Out of dummy half is the number 15 in Nelson.
Yeah, not much support for Hall in the Sharks ranks. He's sort of been left on his own to try and push things forward, and he's missing a couple of his big colleagues who normally are playing, and he just can't carry the load on his own, and the Litchfield side are closing him down quite effectively, shutting down options, and Zaro chases the kick. He goes dead.
Play the ball.
I'll also just make mention, great initiative by the NRL-NT. You may have seen from the social media updates, but some minor access issues in regards to the southern end of TRL Stadium, which are limited, as we look to improve wheelchair accessibility, which will have options for wheelchair access through to Field 2. So a great initiative the NRL-NT are taken up, so we'll see those works conducted over the next couple of months, and we'll have limited access to, for the viewers at that point, but a great initiative shown by the NRL-NT.
Supported by the NT government.
And supported by the Northern Territory government, of course, and their tremendous support shown to the great game of rugby league in the Northern Territory.
Great offload from Matt Androga into Mick. Back to Mick.
Does well to get the kick away. Oh! It was Roscoe coming through. I'm not sure he expected the ball to land in his hands, to be honest.
Unfortunate error there. I think you're right, Kyle. He wasn't expecting that ball to come from Meg where it did.
He just looked up and saw it. I better try at least.
Well, you might have been actually trying to avoid it, but it still got him.
We've just got a Litchfield Bears player down and back play injured, so the referee Paul DeVere has pulled stoppage to it. It's Khan Nelson. Just being assessed by the trainers. Back up on his feet now, so that's good signs.
We'll wait for the restart and Litchfield to play the ball.
So of course it was a knock-on last tackle, so play the ball restart, of course.
Play the ball. Go now, no tackle.
Now left side now. There's Beckett just taken on the 30. Short side Bears. I think it's Morecambe with the ball. Whoop, down in a strong tackle by the Sharks. Moving their way through to the halfway mark. Adam Hall's got a hold of him. He drags him down. Ooh. Could have been a crusher. Just came down awkwardly in the end. And see, all he is, he's fired up.
I think it's just the big man on little man situation. I don't think there's any intentional in that.
I think you're right, Chris. He's probably needs a little bit more support, Adam Hall, from his forward pack. He's doing a lot of work. We see this kick is going to go dead. Oh, he's taking it dead in the end. I thought he might have had time to leave that one. But he did have a Litchfield Bears quite close in proximity.
Good chase by the fullback there, Heath, in the headgear. Forced the Sharks player there to make a decision, and obviously the best thing to make sure it was safe, but results in a line dropout, a good dropout out to the 40.
Release now, Marcus. Go.
And out of dummy half. Plenty of speed shown here. Bears in the danger zone. Waiting, likes to go himself. Taken by Collier. Right side. Here's the fullback, puts a little chip over the top. It's got a nice bounce. The Sharks are going to have to play at it. Oh, well done by Harry Heath there. Saw an opportunity. Puts the pressure on the Northern Sharks. They're going to have another goal line dropout here.
And diffused by Mark Mick. And he had to play at that. Heath again was charging through. Couple of good effort plays by Heath in the last couple of minutes.
Oh, big contact. See there. Jacob Colley involved in that one. And almost nobody home in the end, but eventually brought down by the number 3 and
Maintain Droga.
Yeah, great tackle.
And he's feeling a bit worse for wear, as well as I think it's Damien Mickey, Mark Mick, sorry, who was involved in the tackle as well.
I think he might have actually collided heads with his own player.
Yeah, boys, I'm not sure if it was with his own player, if it was friendly fire or just caught up in that set play there, but it's certainly a big impact to that Shark. And with the trainers with him now, hopefully he is all good, but from the sidelines down here, it was certainly a hard-hitting play.
Certainly looks to be a bit worse for wear at the moment. We see the trainer with him. He tries to regain his feet. I think in the NRL he'd definitely be out for a spell.
The old HIA boys, it's certainly really starting to change the way they assess head injuries in the league.
Yeah, I think that's the right result.
Still a few sets up their sleeve here, the Litchfield Bears, so they're going to have to work hard, Sharks, to keep them out. Waiting through the middle.
Good strong defence.
I'll just jump in there. Sorry, boys, just on the sideline here. Massive hit. It's split his head open. There's a fair bit of blood coming out of the bottom eye socket. It looks like that could be off to get stitches, but certainly has opened up that side of the face.
Yeah, right. Thanks, Axel. That's not a good ending for that player. We just see there, Litchfield Bears unable to execute that pass. So
the Sharks player went for the intercept there, but obviously missed that, which was fortunate for them. And Bears knocked it on, so we have a restart.
Just this defence from the Bears, I mean.
Relentless.
See there, just pretty much at that 10-metre mark here for the first 2 sets of tackles. Now the powerhouse man, Adam Hall.
Yeah, and now you need another player to do the same thing, you know, to back him up. And they certainly just haven't had that support for Hall in this game tonight.
Go. 4.
No, not at all. He's had some big minutes. He's going to have some big minutes overall once the final whistle blows. He's taking on a bit of a pain huss role, if you will. What a mighty team that is. And we see here last tackle, beautiful little kick over the top. And the knock on, so we'll see another opportunity for the Sharks.
Didn't realise you were such a fan of the New South Wales side, Kyle.
It's talking about the mighty Broncos. That's crazy. You can't use New South Wales and mighty in the same sentence.
Is that the origin talk we were in the pre-game press, the New South Wales?
I'm very surprised he's brought it up, Axel. Given how sensitive.
I'm down here, and I know how long it takes you to get down here, so I'm safe for now.
Queensland spirit, mate. New South Wales, they don't get it. They just don't get it.
There's always next year, boys. Always next year to come back stronger.
That's right, Axel. Fatten them up. Fatten them up.
And we see, probably not on the camera view at this point, but the South Darwin Rabbitohs and the Darwin brothers warming up on field 2 in preparations for their game at 7:40 here at TRL Stadium. Rabbitohs still chasing their first win. But credit to them, they've hung in there through what has been a tough year for them. And let's hope they can pick up a win before the season's end. And Collie now goes to Newman. It's a good run by Newman. Took about 3 defenders to get him down. And there he is, the man of the hour, Adam Hall. Nice offload. Mick, great pass, Mick. We see Sharks now inside the 10. You'd imagine, here we go, right side. Jared Colling. Last tackle. They'll go to Mick. Puts a nice little grubber in, and he ends up taking a tumble. I don't know if he collided with a player there or not.
Good pick up by the Bears. Take it out of the in goal, out of danger.
All the way, 3.
And that was Hall.
23. On the line, boys. Go, 2. Thanks, Adam. Roll now, Marcus Square.
A few players down in back play for both teams, I think. I don't know if it's an issue with hammies or we've seen it quite a bit of a trend the last few weeks actually through the competition late in the game. 21 minutes remain here at TRL. Inside the 40. He's in no rush. He's lucky. It'll bounce just short of the 20-metre line. He was in no rush.
Great attempt there. Great attempt from Wedding. At the 4-20 to try and push the Bears' claims. Things have been a bit stale in the last 10 minutes. There's a lot of toing and froing in the middle of the field.
The Sharks moving their way back over the 30-metre line. Collie goes to Hall. Brought down on the 40. Collie takes advantage of that second marker being off. She brought down the half, and we see here Adam Hall taking another run up.
He's certainly working overtime. He could do with his mates, I think McCarthy and Mohamed Salah, a couple who are missing, and they'd really be useful at the moment. Great take there from Newman, the front rower.
You don't see that often. Great take. He even got off the ground too, I think, Chrissy.
Yeah, last tackle. The big full forward.
I think he got about half a metre off the ground. Did a good job.
Now mark the square. Go. Line is good. One.
We see Bears, as you said earlier, the key word was relentless, and that's what we've seen here from the Bears. Left side, look at this. They've got an overlap. Oh, he doesn't need it. He's going to get the offload. He does. Goes himself. How about the footwork from this? Oh, what a great try.
I think that was Dixon who scored the runaway try earlier in the half, the intercept runaway. So he's gone another long-range effort.
Credit to the Sharks. I mean, they've kept him at bay for almost 20 minutes. But I'd say fatigue starting to kick in, and we can just see off to the side of the camera, Adam Hall finally coming from the field for a well-deserved break. And I'd imagine Coach Doyle will have him back out there before this game's over. But he'll need a few minutes. As you said, Chris, he's been working overtime.
I think what we're seeing here from the Litchfield Bears side is a pretty balanced unit. They seem to have been that throughout the year, and are continuing on tonight. They're not a very big side, but they're at the opposition all the time, and a little bit of speed on the edges, and take those opportunities whenever they present themselves. And this win will, I believe, keep them on top of the table.
Yeah, they're sitting, I'd say, almost comfortably. 4 points ahead of the next team, which is the Darwin Brothers. So you'd expect the Brothers to win tonight, and so that would keep Bears, that 4 points above them, and they're on track to win the minor premiership, the Litchfield Bears. What a season they've had under Coach Red Rose.
And a successful conversion takes it out 28-6.
And we see not much rush or enthusiasm shown here now by the Sharks.
It's unfortunate. Another Cooper Fields missing again from the side that played last week. Micah Sala. So I'm not quite sure what's going on in regards to the players' availability, but it's certainly having an impact on their side, and I think it has all year. That they really haven't had any consistency to their side that they put on the field week in, week out, and that's obviously doing them some damage in their results and standing on the table.
Yeah, as you said, I mean, Sala being out, arguably their best player. He's been consistently good for the Sharks over a number of years. We saw him have a standout year last year. Individual efforts through the final series, in my opinion, that got him to the grand final from Sala. So it's a big out. And you can see those key players, Christy, as you mentioned, is certainly taking a toll on this Northern Sharks outfit. They had a good first half, but starting to fade away now. And as I said, this relentless team of the Bears, and they're still going here. Sharks eventually able to get possession of the ball.
Yeah, they're certainly impressive. This young, and they're a fairly young Bears side too. Pardon me. So we'd expect to see them, if this is their improvement in this year, that they'll be strong going forward. But obviously we've got another 3 rounds before finals, and they'll want to keep impressing their coach and supporters and the rest of the rugby league community and finish on top of the ladder and press their claims for a premiership.
Boys, I'll just jump in there. I've just gone down to the Sharks bench and spoken to the coaches. Evidently there's a fishing trip on this weekend, and that's why a good chunk of the Sharks clan, they haven't made an appearance because apparently they're fishing.
They can't miss a good fishing trip.
On a fishing charter, so look, the coaches...
Not sure the fish will do them any help getting into the top 4, but I'm sure they're enjoying themselves, the Sharkies.
But yeah, the memo's been sent out for them to be back on field for the next round. It's a pretty stern memo sent out from the coaching staff.
Thanks, Axel.
Well, we must remember that it's very much an amateur game here in the Northern Territory. The players aren't getting paid substantial amounts of money to turn up, so you can understand when other opportunities arise that some of them may take them, which is unfortunate when it affects a team like this, but it's an amateur game, so...
absolutely, and we see a 2-on-1 strip there on the veteran. He was making some headway there, Damien Mick. Quite a nice run and a warranted penalty.
So will there be fillets, Axel, for the McDonald's burgers?
Your dinner tonight, mate?
Release now, 13.
More than a few fillets to win that coach over after the response I got from him.
Fillet of fish.
Sharks now, right side. Brought down on the 10 is Potter. There you go, short side again. Drag back.
Yeah, I can understand that the coaches will be severely disappointed in that. I'm sure the Sharks players that are out there in this game and trying to win this game for their club are probably disappointed in their teammates as well. Not showing the same dedication that they are.
Yeah, you're right with that, and I certainly agree that, look, they're not a high playing, they're certainly not paid like the National League players are. The likes of Cronulla Shark players that nowhere near them salaries, but still some of these players may be disappointed in their teammates choosing to go fishing over, representing their side on the field tonight.
We'll just see here. How's this run by the number 4? Oh, he's still going! He will go all the way! Archie Hall!
Sensational.
and he's going to stretch out that hammy.
Maybe a touch of cramp after that, but that was unbelievable. He's made his way. That's a 60-metre run right through the meat of the Sharks' defence and just kept going. People were falling off and he just kept bouncing and kept his feet and his balance and just pushed his way through and then got the ultimate reward. Another try almost under the black dot. We see the Bears line up for a kick. So about 10 minutes to go, and unfortunately the Sharks have seemed to have let the game go now. We'll see how professional the Bears side are and how they conduct themselves over the remaining 10 minutes or so of this game, and if they're as we expect and as we think, they're looking to win the minor premiership and then set themselves up for a solid go at the premiership. They really need to finish this game off
Yeah, it'll be interesting, Chrissy, if Sharks are able to get some wins in the next couple of weeks. You said they're probably guaranteed a win in round 15 against South. They've got the Brothers and Raiders in the next 2 weeks. It'd be on the hope that Dragons don't pick up any more wins as well. We could see the prospect of these two teams meeting in week 1, the semi-finals, 1v4. And of course, we'll see a Sharks outfit at full strength. And we saw glimpses in the first half of a team that can go, that can, and certainly go against a top team like Bears. So it's an interesting prospect to think about, but they've got to get in the top 4 before anything.
Well, certainly based on their performance last week, where a lot of our missing players are tonight were playing last week. They certainly had a great performance and pushed all over Nightcliff. So you'd be right, with all of those players together, it'd certainly be interesting against this Litchfield side, who are very fast, very fit by the look of them, but very small. And that's the advantage some of the other sides have, is that they've got a lot of size advantage over the Bears.
Yeah, absolutely, and we've seen that over the last couple of years as I'd say the Bears have merged into this younger generation of talent, they're juniors that have come through the ranks. They've traditionally had a big pack, and we see here down the sideline, Bears, he's going to put the kick up and take it in the end there by Zaro. Oh, great work though by Bears just to find that open space. He had players offside, so he's made to wait for the tap.
And I just want to add quickly, boys, where that came from there, that performance was that communication and setup from Trent Wedding. He was just absolutely timed perfectly with his right-hand pass out to the outside. He put the throttle down. Unfortunately, not making it to the try line, but the communication really showing strong there from the Mighty Bears.
And we see Zaro able to get up and play that ball in the end. Might have copped a bit of a rough hit there, and he's doing okay though.
Move now.
We see Sharks going down short side.
Bowl away. Don't work.
At this point, they're just trying to make meters. Don't forget, you can catch the grand final actions here live at TRL Stadium, the juniors, Saturday the 30th of August, and of course our seniors the week after on Saturday the 6th of September. All here at TRL Stadium. And look at that, over the pass, just Roscoe, it's too low for Roscoe. Goes through the legs. Swing it wide. Still last tackle though, so they've got to get the kick away. It's not the best. Still alive here.
There's certainly no pattern, no understanding. Coach Colley will be very disappointed. He's out there trying to get his side to form up now and repel another attack from the Litchfield Bears. It must be very disheartening though, do this, and when you haven't, you know that you've got a decent side, but you just don't have them available.
You see doubled now. What a great strong run.
Yeah, they might not have size, but they certainly have heart, don't they, Kyle?
They do. Oh no, the error picked up by the number 14. Patrick Mentalillo, how good was that?
And we're starting to see the results of pressure. You know, Zaro has had a fair game, but, you know, a bad bounce, that can happen to anyone. But what made the try was the fact that there was two Bears players coming in, putting pressure on him, and when he did make the mistake, they were there to capitalise. And that's sort of been the story of the last 30 minutes. You know, the first 10 minutes of this half was not too bad, but Bears have certainly established their superiority over the Sharks in the balance of this half. They'll be certainly happy with the result and looking forward to I'm not sure who Bears play next week, but I think it'll probably be Palmerston or
Northcliffe Dragons.
Oh, Dragons. So
out at Weber Park, Chrissy.
At home, so they'd be expecting to win that as well, based on tonight's game and their form coming forward, which again will solidify their position at the top of the ladder as we move towards the semi-finals.
Easy conversion there for the number 6, Walmington. So Bears extend their lead thanks to the Chemist Warehouse scoreboard updates. 40 points to 6 over the Northern Sharks. Just under 4 minutes remain here in the second half. Of course, round 13 next week, we'll see the Darwin Brothers against the Northern Sharks here at TRL Stadium. I have to imagine that'll be our live streamed game, but stay with us on our Facebook page for updates through the week. And we'll see at Warren Park, the South Darwin Rabbitohs hosting the Palmerston Raiders. And of course, as Chrissy just mentioned, the Litchfield Bears and the Dragons out at Weber Park.
Stay behind, fellas.
And again, that'll be a must-win game for Sharks next week. After their disappointing performance tonight, they really want to get to the fore and make an impression on this year's premiership. They need to win that. It's a non-negotiable now. They'll need to win the last 3 games. Penalty here to the Bears.
Late penalty in the game. I think the injury toll. Oh, look out. Ah, too good.
Hall again.
Archie Hall, what a game he's had. Probably get the 3 votes, I'd imagine, tonight. And, yeah, it looks like the Northern Sharks are down to 12 players, and they have been for a little while now. Actually, you might be able to update us. I imagine the injury toll it's taken a bit of a toll on the boys on the bench there.
Yeah, a lot on with the bench tonight, boys, for the Northern Sharks. Spoke to earlier the team, and they really highlighted, before we had knowledge of the fishing trip, they really highlighted the injury list is starting to stack up in the Shark Pond. And that also highlights they've got a few players that are also committed to work, to FIFA commitments for work. We touched before on these players are not professional full-time players. They have day jobs, they have other commitments, so unfortunately they really are just on the back burner with the injuries and players just simply not here in Darwin. But also it does look like the bench is empty apart from Adam Hall. It just looks like he's maybe putting the boots on for the closing minute. I'm not sure he's strapped them back on, so I'm not sure if he's going to take that for the closing minutes of the game. But yeah, certainly a bruising weekend for the Sharks with player availability.
Yeah, what a performance Adam Hall has had. I'd say he'd have to be in their considerations for the 3-2-1s tonight. And we see that conversion slotted successfully. So the Bears extend their lead 46 points to 6. Just under a minute remain here.
Bit of a haul-a-thon in the point situation. Great effort from Archie there with a great right foot step to go past Damien Mick in the front line and then just swerve his way around Zaro to score that try. A great effort from him.
Actually missing from the Litchfield pack tonight is Naylor Simmons, who is our leading try scorer for the DABSCO Premiership competition this year.
I'm not sure if we'll get a kick-off in here.
5 seconds. I'll get one away. It's not deep. There's the siren. And I think they'll bring him down. No, the ball's still going here. And that'll do it.
Yeah, a very dominant performance there by the Bears, especially in the last 30 minutes of that game. They've certainly displayed their ladder-leading credentials. And Sharks, unfortunately, after their spirited performance last week and the spirited win, were no match for the Bears, and they've solidified their place at the top of the ladder with 3 rounds to go.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting couple of rounds to lead into the finals. And folks, make sure you stick around. We've still got plenty of previews to provide. Axel on the sidelines. I believe he's going to try and get one of the players for a post-match interview. We've got Cam joining us for a full breakdown of this match. Who are we looking to grab up, Ax?
Yeah, boys have sent the memo to Trent Wedding via the bench. There's a bit of an inside joke whether he will make an appearance to the sideline broadcast team. But look, I think the memo has been sent out to Wedding, the captain of the side, making his return back to. It's been a couple of weeks since we've seen Trent on the field, so been interested to see his thoughts on the game and wrap that up. And I have put the memo out for a Shark to join me. Whether they will or not, we respect if they don't want to join after a bruising game like that. They probably just want to go and recap that game with the team. But we'll let the boys do the celebrations, and then no doubt the Wedding will be set to join me here on the sideline out to TRL Stadium.
Back here in WA, Don, that was a dominant performance by the ladder-leading Litchfield Bears, and not surprising after we learnt that the Sharkies have not just got injury concerns, they've got fishing concerns as well.
Gone fishing. I think that's the headline for the Northern Sharks this week. But Eli Pomeroy, 4 tries. A 4-try effort from him. Fantastic performance from the Litchfield Bears winger. It's always a good day, I think, when you can get across for 4. But I thought the Sharks were pretty competitive. But a try just before half-time made it 16-6. They were pressing again early in that second half, and it was Pomeroy took the intercept and ran away.
Oh, that was fantastic.
From there, it was game over. They really fell away after that. That try to Pomeroy made it 22 points to 6, and they slipped. The game slipped away from them pretty quickly after that. They were quite clearly fatigued, low on troops. I think there was a lot of calls that Kyle made with regards to Adam Hall. His work ethic, just sensational. He was leading from the front. But we might head down to Axe on the sideline, who does have Trent Wedding. He has come down to join him on the sideline.
Well, cameras. Trent Wedding tonight. Good performance from the Litchfield Bears. We saw some probably silly stuff that lack of discipline. I'd say we don't normally see from either sides. We iron that out, but you got to be impressed with the squad. But firstly, welcome back. We haven't seen you in a few weeks. It's good to see you back on the field. You're in the top spot captains tonight. But really,
it's static,
yeah, a little bit of static coming over from the boys in West. But look, it's good to have you back, and well done to the boys tonight.
Yeah, thanks, mate. It's good to be back. Obviously, that scoreline didn't reflect the game at all. It was actually pretty difficult, probably that whole game. we didn't make it easy for ourselves with a lot of penalties, a lot of errors, and just let themselves in the game pretty well that whole time. So, but the boys dug deep and majority of their game, and yeah, stuck to it.
Really good communication from yourself in that last couple of setups. We saw the wingers really work back. Great performance from the fullback. We're going to have to wrap this up pretty quick because Aaron Kernoff's standing behind us, and we've seen how hard some of these wingers and fullbacks can hit us, and we don't want to get taken out. Just in closing, really good performance and communication and some really good run-throughs tonight.
Yeah, cheers, mate. It was good. Thanks, mate.
No worries. Right, we better clear the field because we're going to absolutely get pulverised by Aaron Kernoff, which is to my right. But boys, back up to you.
Oh, Ax, that's probably one of the best, I reckon, for the year. That's fantastic. Just waiting for the team upstairs at TRL to log on. We've got the final game of the DABSCO Premiership.
Aaron Kernoff's a scary man.
He's a scary bloke. As we looks like we've got the highlights keyed up for the game we just saw. But you mentioned that Kyle mentioned during the call, like the Bears, they're not a big side. They're not a big side, but they've just got a lot of talent through the ranks that can do a lot. They're obviously very quick, especially on that far edge on the left, at the speed of some of their youngsters. And that their fullback, the number one,
Harry Heath,
who 17.
I believe he's 17 or 18.
He looks all of 17, I must say. He looks tiny.
He was at intercept try, but this was the end of the game. This ended the game as a contest. The try just before half time, and this one not too long after the resumption was a big blow to the Sharks, and it was game over from there. Unfortunately, it wasn't much of a contest after that. But up until that point, I thought it was a really good contest, and the Sharks gave a good account.
Here it is. Here, it's just I mentioned when that happened. Just if he's 17, that's impressive. I mean, that's the experience just to hold that ball, allow that runner to come with him, and open it up on the left. I mean, that's to do that as a 17-year-old. He's got a career in front of him. That's for sure. So we are waiting for Cam and the team to get in position to do their post-game wrap up the top end. And to watch the highlights, the brothers.
You see some real arm-grabbing, terrible defence really from the Sharks. Towards the back end of this game,
and there's some sloppy ball down the back as well.
I think Trent Wedding sort of said it there in that interview. He said that the score wasn't really a reflection of the game he felt had occurred, but that it was an absolute. I mean, they really ran away with it at the back end. The Sharks got very tired and some tired defensive efforts. This is probably the worst of them. To be able to get through there for Archie Hall, who had a good game, but the best effort there was from the referee with his high jumping effort over the top of one of the fallen Sharks players.
Undoubtedly, they were spent, and I think I heard at one point they might have had only 12 left. I had a couple of injuries come off, so. They've got a fair bit of work to do. Cam is ready for our top end wrap in a second. We're just finishing off the highlights here, but I think, as you mentioned and as the team mentioned in the call, they've got to be able to beat those top teams if they're going to have. Being in the finals is one thing, but they've got to be able to beat those top teams. Otherwise, you're just making up the numbers.
Well, I mean, effectively, they have to beat one of those top three teams. They beat one of the top four. They knocked off Nightcliff last week, but. They've got to beat one of those top three teams in order to be a chance of playing finals. Yeah. They still have to overcome a bit of points differential there as well. So there's a few things that have got to go their way, but they're in control of their own destinies. If they can beat one of those other teams, they've still got Palmerston, still got Brothers to go. If they can manage to sneak a win against one of them, I think at full strength they're good enough.
I think so too. Hopefully now the freezers are all full. Full of fish, so they don't need to go on another fishing trip.
This is it for the year.
And they just need to concentrate now on the remaining rounds of the season as we head in the back end. And I think the team, as Axe just gets set and ready, if Cam wants to give us a thumbs up, if you can hear us, he's ready to go. We've got to go head up back to TRL Stadium for the McDonald's post-game wrap. Boys, take it away.
Yeah, thanks, Dave and Don. As you said, a comprehensive performance here tonight by the Litchfield Bears defeating the Northern Sharks, the result being 46 points to 6, 8 tries to 1. And I think it's all been said, really, Dave and Don. It came down to petrol in the tank and numbers on the bench. The Litchfield Bears are such a machine of a football team, very fit, plenty of players on the bench, very consistent in their lineup. And the Northern Sharks, well, they tried hard, but you could just see as the game wore on, the petrol in the tank started to empty. They started the game, Axe tells me, with just one player on the bench. I think they ended up with 2 on the bench, but before we got to the 80-minute mark, in fact, I think it was from the 65th, 70th minute, they were down to 12 players on the field, and that's where we really started to see the score blow out. Elijah Pomeroy out there on the wing for the Litchfield Bears, picking up 4 tries. That does his stats wonders in the back end of the season. I think we've really got our shape now for our top 4. Bears, they will go through and they will be our minor premiers for this year. I can't see Brothers being able to catch them. This is round 12 of 15. Brothers, they're out on the field at the moment. They're up against Sharks. I'd say they'll end up finishing second. The Palmerston Raiders, they've had a good win out there at Raiders Park. They've defeated the Nightcliff Dragons 46 points to 4. So there is still just the one win gap between the Dragons and Dragons and Sharks. Both Sharks and Dragons, they get to play Souths between now and the end of the season. But I just can't see the Sharks or the Dragons getting a win before the big 3 before the end of the year based on the scorelines from tonight. So, Axe, what were your thoughts down there on the sideline? Let's take us through the players on the bench. Was it just injuries and attrition that cost the Sharks there in the end?
Yeah, I did have the opportunity to speak to the head trainer of the Northern Sharks, and they just highlighted that going into the finals, the players are really starting to turn it up to the next level. Key players are missing. Cooper Field, he's wasn't available this weekend. We've got confirmation he wasn't on the fishing charter. He is out of town for work commitments. Cooper Field not available. 25 players not available for the Northern Sharks this weekend. Various different reasons. We respect the players that can't make it here, but definitely hard for that. We had some disciplinary issues there. We had 3 in the sin bin tonight. We had 2 bears in the bin and a shark in the bin tonight, and that really started to affect the key player. Adam Hall went to the bin for that silly stuff in the earlier parts of the game, and that's where we see, but certainly a bench that was light on tonight.
Yeah, you're right, Axe. So we do respect, there's work commitments and injuries that draw players out of the squad. But that really is the difference between the top 3 and the bottom 3 teams here in the DABSCO Premiership. Depth of the club, the ability to get the same 13 out on the field. And you're right, the 3 players in the sin bin. So the first incident was when 2 teams came together. 2 players ended up in the sin bin there. That would have drained the petrol of the Sharks even more so. And then we saw another Bears player end up in the sin bin. I think it might have been Brodie Morecambe for a dangerous tackle there. But the Litchfield Bears defensive line held strong, only conceded the 1 try, and that was in the first half. They were solid out there in defence. They will take a lot from tonight's game about setting themselves up for a strong finals series. We've got a top 4 final series here, so if it does end up as Brothers and Litchfield, with Litchfield finishing first, we'll probably see the first weekend of the finals Bears up against Brothers, and then we'll see the elimination final, which will be the Palmerston Raiders, and who will be 4th? It's looking more likely now, Axe. That will be the Nightcliff Dragons, and they may just sneak into the finals in front of the Sharks.
And it was certainly just good to see, Cam and Dave, Donny, that as we lead more into the finals, we see that passion starting to build up, but we are seeing probably something that is going to affect finals. It affects our whole season, but discipline, Cam. I think we really would agree, and I say this with the most respect to all the teams out there, they just need to keep it cool out there. They can't let the passion boil over too much. We've seen it a few times with I guess, all the teams. I'm not going to nail down a particular team, but I really think going into the finals, it's so important that discipline is on the coach's agenda, and I have no doubt that it's going to be in the Bears camp and the Sharks camp after tonight.
Well, let's talk about some of the positives. For me, the positive tonight was Harry Heath at fullback for the Litchfield Bears. We spoke about him in the pre-game, an under-18 player. When he plays up, we spoke about his courage in the pre-game, how he loves to take the ball on the full, under the high ball. He's prepared to cop a solid hit there. But his kick returns tonight were sensational. The whole spine from the Litchfield Bears, we spoke about it in the pre-game, they were solid. Wilmington and Wedding in the halves there, Flanagan at hooker, they were really solid. And the Litchfield Bears forwards, they didn't miss a beat tonight, and they were well served across the team. And I think that's where what we see with the Litchfield Bears, they are a champion team. They're not made up of a bunch of individuals. It's a champion team, and that's what we see from them week in, week out on the field. Look, for the Northern Sharks, Adam Hall up the front, he tried hard. Zaro, he brought a little bit of excitement from the fullback. I saw Thomas Laban followed up his performance last week with another strong performance tonight. But you're right, it's the players who are missing tonight, and Chris and Kyle spoke about it during the call, that really started to add up. You know, early in the season we had Mallard, we had Sims, they were really solid. We saw Sala last week, but he was missing tonight, as you said, Cooperfield. So look, the Sharks, hopefully they can get some players back for next week and finish off the season well. Just to run us through where we're at tonight in the True Flow Services Premiership, so in the Women's Premiership, it was the Palmerston Raiders 16 defeating the Nycliffe Dragons 8. We had the Sharks 44 big winners over the Bears, and Dave and Don next week. That's going to be an absolute cracker. We'll see the Northern Sharks versus Brothers in the True Flow Services Premiership, and then Brothers, they got the win via forfeit up against Souths. And in the DABSCO Premiership, out there at Raiders Park, Raiders 46 big winners over the Dragons 4. The Sharks, they've gone down to the Bears tonight 46 points to 6, and so this is where we start to introduce this term, this stage of the season, mathematical possibility. And so the Sharks, yes, they are a mathematical possibility to make the finals, but their odds are becoming longer by the week. The game tonight, we've got Brothers up against Souths. It is, my eyes fail me at the moment. Can you see if there's any points on the board yet there, Axe?
Well, I did hear the referee's whistle signal, I believe a try, but look, my eyes are as
6 points to 0, boys. 6 points to 0, I think.
Good as yours tonight. 6 points to 0, I think. I'll run with that.
That says something, Dave. Your eyes from WA is a lot better than mine and Axe's combined up here from the balcony at TRL Stadium. Look, probably the big thing to have a look at this Brothers lineup at the moment. No Antonio James at fullback. Sustained a leg injury last week. He's going to be out for a few weeks. So the time is ticking on the clock for Antonio James. When will he back? Will he be back before the end of the season? Will he be back at finals time? And if Brothers are able to go all the way and make the grand final, will he be there come grand final day?
Is AJ possibly resting those legs along with Harry Heath tonight? Because some of these runs through that their fullbacks are doing it is really would put anyone's legs to the test. I think AJ might be resting them legs tonight, Cam.
So there you have it, Dave and Don. Yeah, Geordie just confirming 6 points to 0. My eyes are shot. I need to... 10-0, he tells me. 10-0. My eyes are definitely shot. I can't even see him from 5 metres away. 10 points to 0. Brothers leading Souths in the first 10 minutes of this final game in the DABSCO Premiership for round 12. Dave and Don, back to you.
Boys, as always, 5 stars for your game wrap. It's great to see you, and it's great to have you back on the cam, because I know you went away. We've missed you both doing your post-game reactive. We just have a look at a bit of the action between the Rabbitohs and the Brothers for the moment. Don, we might wrap up what happened down here in Western Australia, and you've been fiercely scribbling on your bit of paper to work out if the North Beach Sea Eagles, who went down to the bottom-placed Sharkies, actually lost top spot, and it's been quite surprising what you come up with.
Well, I mean a massive upset in the broadcast game with the Sharks with a 28-22 win over the North Beach Sea Eagles. That means that the Sea Eagles stay on 20 competition points, and their points differential goes to plus 240. The South Perth Lions with a 28-10 win over the Fremantle Roosters. That means they climb to 20 competition points. They need to go above 240. They get to 239. There is 1 point differential between first and second.
That is so awesome.
And the other game, the Willagee Bears 45-20 winners over the Joondalup Giants. Yes, 45-20, a field goal from Tamaho Tierney. Polished off that one.
Why not? So they took a while. They took a while to get going, the Bears. But we're looking at the schedule the last few weeks, and of course the two that 1 and 2 right now, the Lions and the Seagulls, they play each other in the second, the preemptive, the second last round. Have I said that right? And which by all accounts, penultimate round. That's right, penultimate round. And
my favourite word.
It at this stage is likely, if things sort of go the way they should go, it will be the game that determines who's going to finish in top spot.
Yeah, the minor premiership well and truly up for grabs. But, of course, all of those top 4 teams sort of play each other next week as well.
Yes,
so there's intrigue next week in terms of, that could change. I think we're doing the North Beach game, who will be looking to bounce back after going down to the Rockingham Sharks. I think they'll be desperate for a response.
And they're playing against Freo as well, and we know what these two teams, Freo and North Beach, have done to each other. Well, we've been doing with each other, playing off in grand finals, playing off in grand finals the last few years. We know how much,
What have they been doing with each other?
They've been playing footy, Don. They've been playing
the door's been closed. I can't see.
Hard and fast footy. When those two sides come together, whether it be at Charles Riley or whether it be at Treeby, it's always a cracking game. And this one probably got a little bit more spice in the mix, in the recipe, than it normally would. So you've got North Beach that are going to want to bounce back. They're going to want to try and put some more points on and keep that differential outside of where the Lions are sitting. And of course Freo, I mean, they've been up and down. They're going to make the finals, but they don't want to make up the numbers in the finals. So
they're desperate to try and snatch third place from Willagee as well, which could come down to the very last round of the season. So there is drama plenty in this final 3 rounds of the comp.
Yep. Well, that's it on what's been a pretty entertaining game or day of footy. It started with a fantastic game, the field to go and play, and then up the top end, the Litchfield Bears in the end running out significant winners against a Sharkies team that really ran out of numbers. Don, it's been a great weekend of footy again.
Loved it, mate. Looking forward to doing it all again next weekend. It's combining two of my favourite things, rugby league, and I get to do a bit of math.
And on that note, thanks for watching, wherever you might be across NRL pathways. We'll look forward to bringing you some more rugby league action next week.